Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is November 13th, 2025. The government shutdown is officially over. You're actually going to run into this problem back in January there, so that we're going to have to kind of go through all of this again. But future started off good. We kind of melted down a little bit after that. Nothing really crazy. There was some decent earnings, one or two bad ones. The focus on staples and materials is still there. And now, really, there is a big debate on when the data is going to come out. I was telling you guys it'll take about a month. Yesterday, people are like, it'll happen in a week. And now we're back to, and nobody knows pretty much what is going on. So we'll see where it all takes us. But Chatadonia, oh, it's going to be a great day. Somebody said it's already a great day. I kind of agree, baby. So I hope y'all are ready to go. I hope you are locked in. But here at the Cult, before we do anything, before we try to chase a dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the Cult, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who has served this country. Even if you, even if you retired, if you have given your commitment to this country, for real, God bless every single one of you. I mean, we're going to talk about it today, but things come with responsibility, and a lot of great American men and women, they have lived up to the calling, and y'all have shown it with you have taken freedom seriously. And I do want to just thank you. I don't want to make it too deep because y'all know I could get really deep on it, but God bless all of you, man. And I love you all, and I want to see y'all do even more. If anybody should be owning the land and stocks and all that, I think it should be you, my brother, and I think you've been trained for it already. So at the very least, I want to give you a thank you and God bless. I hope we can make noise for the veterans. Maybe we'll solve the homeless veteran problem one day. I think we might be able to, and that's going to start with those of you who haven't served as well. I hope you could show this love and appreciation, and I hope it'll give you some good bearings on appreciation and value. I know those financial terms, I don't know. Think about it. But other than that, we love you all. And big shout out to the doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, coaches, and garbage men. Everybody making their community run. If you do it in a good way, though. And at the same time, if you are in those positions, I call you to live to the highest and hopefully understand y'all do have an impact. And it is in a very good or bad way, depending on how you utilize it. So God bless every single one of you, and big shout out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Set the judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Or not. Oh, Chatadonia! Happy Friday, Junior. That's Thursday for those of you who don't know. It's Thursday if you don't know. I know, baby. It's game time. So, yeah, we only got like a minute, man. It took a while. You do got a couple of events. Yesterday, there was some duds than not. There's a lot of people talking about phantom data centers. I got a couple of black swan, gray swans to talk about, but it's kind of related to the AI stuff we were discussing the other day. But other than that, my friends, let's have a good day. Call out any news. Please do not post any plays unless you are in the locked-in chat. But even then, I would avoid any strike prices. Let's utilize the hive mind to your advantage, and let's have some fun because we got 7 hours of this, dude. I know. And I'm going to be watching Baba, Nike, TKO, SLV, Pfizer, Marvel, J&J, and then Flutter. All right, man, 20 seconds. I don't think I'm going to have my bathroom break here. That's good, though. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Economic advisor Hassa expects 1.5% lower GDP after shutdown. Didn't he just say like 4 yesterday? I don't know. He said something, man. Round one. Fight. All right, yeah, there was a Baba pretty much copying ChatGPT too. That's why it went up there. So far, SPY at 0.4, Dow down a quarter, Russell down 3/4, and then the Nasdaq down just about 3/4, almost there. So not bad. Again, there was what's it called? The whole staple, the rotation to the value stocks, the year-to-date losses, all that. Those are all playing out, my friends. Good morning. Yes, ghost kitchens and phantom data centers. So we'll talk about it, but it's pretty much the idea of fake. Like, there's just a lot of people applying for data centers, and then they're like, yeah, that's not they're not real. Or there's like data centers that don't make money, and these projects are very speculative, but the people applying, and like people are applying over and over again to get these approvals, but then like again, they're just the backing, how it is. It's kind of a shot at Oklo, but Oklo kind of has some of the government backing. But imagine all the Oklos you don't know about. So you will say. Apple, GIS, none of those moved. And watch out, I mean, we'll actually see. Because if there was a delay on any of those other ones, then you might get something. Like, think about some of the events you saw yesterday. If any of them kind of have a lagged reaction, that might be your opportunity. Again, we'll see if healthcare too. Okay. Yeah, China actually did good, but actually just literally sold off 1% on the opening candle. So yeah, they started off like that. Yes, it is. Burry has what's it called? He is closing his he's closing down Cyan Capital. That is legitimate. You could go to the SEC website as well. He hasn't said anything though about it. There's just like a letter circulating, but then if you do go to the SEC site, unless he just like lapsed on the thing. So if he didn't re-register for some reason, then maybe that could be it. But other than that, yeah, they are. That is the word on the street for now. There's like a letter going around. Oh, which one was it? FedEx. No. Oh, I'm blanking. Sweetgreen's, the CEO, bought 180,000 shares. So that's why it's gapping up right now. No real other headline besides insider buy. Yeah, I think he is starting a blog. I mean, that's what his bio says. So that's it, man. He's going to turn into a commentator. I like I said, I like him for value. Not bad. Russian oil processing falls 3. Again, oil is low. They're getting oil. Oh, that's what I want to look at. UNH and healthcare. There was one more, though. I had something on them. But yeah, that was, again, last 3 days in a row they did good, but they did fade right now. But some more than others. If they start ripping again, this was all just to kill the premium. And then they'll start doing their thing. I think Eli Lilly. Yeah, Eli Lilly's already at 1020, though. That one's still booming. I mean, NVO lagging a little bit. Pfizer just sold off, again, BNTX to get some assets. Already have that. China's down. TTD. Remember, Uber, Goldman, and all the banks are actually running right now. So in a weird way, that's day number 2 for them. Let's see. How do I go to a Fox News channel? You got Hasset. Dow's been one of those.
I would not. Wells Fargo upgraded Nike to overweight. Not
this
quite
is
sure
Fox?
what that means. I guess it means buy some of it.
Yeah, what did they put on some British dude? Oh my goodness. Qualcomm. Actually, Qualcomm started to do good. He had a big upgrade on Micron. Yeah, they did good. And then there was one more. Qs are on the SQQ on the high. So again, Nasdaq just sold off another quarter. Dow's doing a little better to start off here, but yeah, more of the tech is coming down. Let's take a look at the equal weight. Has said we could get September jobs report by next week. It's already been cooked. So yeah, equal weight is barely down. SPY is down by 0.5. Nasdaq literally just 5 minutes here, just doubled that loss there on the morning. Let's see what we got. Meta's actually up. They got to upgrade as well. Apple's up. What am I missing? It has to be NVIDIA, right? Yeah, NVIDIA's just going straight down 2.4. Remember AMD was on fire yesterday as well. Who else was there? Netflix was doing good in the morning. They came down a little bit, but that was a good leader. Broadcam. Yeah, so big tech, I think it's just NVIDIA right now. Cardinal on the high. So it's, again, these healthcares, they gap down a little bit. I think Cigna's the only one that's up. And then staples are literally about to melt right now. So equal weight is leading for now. It's about 0.4. So see if this holds up. But you guys saw yesterday played out. Anytime it tried to lead yesterday, you would it only lasted for a little bit. But SPY's going straight down. You got a big gap to fill now. You're heading right back to 6,800. Yeah, and then a little boost on staples. And then Disney had earnings, and then there's one more. There's always one more. I think Flutter. Yeah, they're getting into what's it called? They're getting into prediction markets. Isn't that what gambling thing does Flutter have? Isn't it which one's there? Fantasy. I know DraftKings. Why am I blanking on the other one? But yeah, that's Flutter. I don't know why. I can't remember it. Yeah, Core Weave. Oh, Apple too. Again, Apple didn't do as hot yesterday. Remember the day before? That was your AI leader. Yeah, I think NVIDIA is kind of your problem right now. And then Core Weave looked like NVIDIA. Yeah, Core Weave's dumping. So let me check though. I think some of those old premiums are rocketing. I think now this is like the super far out of the money zone where those have all started to go now. What the hell? Yeah, go look. Literally. Something just snapped there. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't know if it's a day thing, but go look. Like, damn. So not like if you're too far out, but even now, like 2 standard deviations, 2.5, those all just rocketed up a couple hundred to even some 1,000%. Jeez. Path and TKO. TKO got a partnership with Polymarket. ASTS running up. I don't know what that one I just had on was. IMRX. And then a couple of events today too, but a lot of them yesterday were duds. Abel Habibi. So see, today is either where random stuff's gonna get pulled down with it, because look at Nasdaq's already down 1, or you might do kind of that Apple leading the way alongside the staples. XBI on the high. XAI raises 15 billion in Series E round. Prize picks on Flutter? I forgot what it was. Or FanDuel. That's what it is. Flutter is FanDuel. AMD on the high. And then, yeah, I don't know. Watch Core Weave. I mean, you can buy the puts now if you want, but they have actually launched already. So that's what I'm saying. Just be mindful of that. So very interesting. I don't like them. So if you had any of the shitty earnings, they would have hit. Spotify, I still don't know how Spotify keeps growing. Not the stock, the user. How do you not know Spotify? It could be another rotation, but remember, I mean, this whole week has been better than not. So we'll see what happens now, but like, yeah, you might give it all up. So you did have a big gap up from Friday to Monday, but now you are getting back here to the Tuesday low pretty quickly. And then again, this is something we talked about, just where, you know, the shutdown, it was bullish. Futures were ripping yesterday, last night, but then, yeah, literally kind of the shutdown ending is a little bit more bumpier. This was something we expected, but it looked a little more hopeful in the last 24 hours, but sure enough, I think Wall Street kind of turned it to the sell the news. Let me see what we can do with that. Senator Cruz sold 250,000 at Goldman. Hot dog. Arm on the low, Nibis on the low. A lot of the tech ones. So look, this is like the day before yesterday, where now all of the hyperscalers, the spenders, they're just going down. Meanwhile, the ones who didn't spend are going up. Meta's the only exception because Meta got an upgrade today. So I don't know if that's the thing that's driving it as much. Yeah, low ticker, it's not too bad yet. It's kind of in the morning, but this is sizable. So again, you've almost moved 1% in the last 10 minutes on the NASDAQ. So this isn't light. This is all like NVIDIA and some of those other tech ones. You do have a portion of the market up. I'm starting to see more climb. But yeah, even equal weight's starting to go down. It's not as bad, but you very quickly sold off some of those. I mean, you did have AI China news. See what Baba went down, but K-Web's kind of holding. I like the apples. The apples are they're really high premium right now. So some of them in the money, near the money, they've pretty much all gapped. Literally about 70%. Oh, dude, I keep forgetting about Oracle, and like they're hella important, dude. If you really think about this, bro, it all started with the Oracle bonds. And then you had the Facebook, and then Facebook started doing the bond thing, and then Google, but like, yeah, there's a fat gap. Like, Oracle's bonds are not looking good at all. And that's like what started this whole, wait a minute, is everybody spending too much? And then we already knew about the commitments, but they just started getting like, it looks crazy here, but then do this. Pull out the damn chart. It's a stick, dude. Like, this is, so what? You gave up, I guess you gave up the second half of the year. It has been a wild year for Oracle. But yeah, man. That one is wild. So again, I like the Apple. I just don't like the premiums. I think that theme, that idea is going to work, possibly. But so far, I mean, those little candles there, they're going to front run you and charge you. Yeah, CoreWeave, I mean, they're already jacked up too. You either FOMO that one or wait till the bounce, and then it needs to keep going though. But if it does the bounce and then stalls out, they're just going to drain it. But yeah, that one's moving. Like I'm saying, the premiums all got surprised on that one. That one is a little bit more surprising than not. All your 2-3 standard deviations, those woke up. I mean, dude, this is something we talked about. It is shut down over, but right away, bro, cash open was very, very bad. I don't know if we blame the Fed or the Treasury, or now people still worried about the money moving. But that's what you need to pretty much see if the money comes back after the shutdown. I mean, people got to get paid, got to go through the adjustment. Now, again, the Treasury was active the whole time, but you might get to see another segment that just wasn't in play for the last 45 days. Verizon and a couple telecom kind of going straight up. I mean, the staples are all going right now. Let's see where we're at on the daily. I was like, why does that look like Apple? I didn't change the ticker. Let's see. Who's our deep value for the day? Yeah, there's again, tech that's not really related to like AI and all that is doing good. It's doing very, very good. Let's see. I know, right? Solid Cisco earnings. You would have thought. You would have thought. And then Disney, Cisco. I know Nike got the upgrade. I'm looking for your value. I'm trying to, again, it could be Eli Lilly. UNH is in the red. All right. I think I know. So pretty much find a staple for a melt up, essentially. You could go with the staples, but I would just actually prefer an individual name like we talked about. But if you're wrong, you'll be wrong. Adobe on the low. No, and there's Apple coming down a little bit. So watch, they're just gonna dance around. Now look at the Apple premiums now. They went down a little bit, but yeah, that's that little move there is that protected them. Yeah, Cisco's just chilling. It's not dying, but just staying pinned there. Amazon, Pepsi on the high. Oh, that's a good staple. I forgot about your boy. There's a lot of wide spreads still. Honestly, I don't even see that much activity around the board. So like these are like decent moves, but a lot of the options, especially like the good melt ups, those Albemarle, so that's legit then. I thought those Albemarles were tweaking out, but no, that's hitting, that's at 5%. Any of those old ones. Pfizer is going up, and now UPS. Notice anything like year-to-date lagger and some of these plays are doing very good right now. So yeah, you're going to have to play this spread game, but it might be worth it. Habibi, who make these spreads, Habibi? Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Albemarle, if you have those are up a shit ton. I thought it was glitching out, but yeah, that thing just keeps hitting. That's a random one if you think about it. That one I feel like hasn't been talked about with all the minerals and everything going on, but they kind of just melt the Rooney. Well, AI is not a dud. I don't think AI is a dud. It's just different than Wall Street, I think, is viewing it. Like right now, Wall Street has a certain idea. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but no, AI works. I don't think there's a question about that. It just, again, now, is it going to work in a way that profits, is it going to pay back these trillions of dollars? And again, some people are like, well, the companies are spending trillions of dollars. It's like, yeah, so, think about it. It is priced in to a degree. Whammy. How could all the analysts be wrong about it? I'm sorry. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen. Do you remember 2022? I got a nice video on it. But yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. I was just noticing the Fiserv premium just shot up. Sipping on some Fiserv. I hate that that's so fun to say. Honestly, a lot of those value plays from yesterday, they didn't move on the event, but a lot of them came back up. Very interesting. So yeah, watch for individual staples. I took a couple. I took individual companies rather than going for XLP. All the analysts were wrong about Intel? Really? Wow. Amazing. What about tariffs? Wait a minute. I'm noticing something. But yeah, either way, I wouldn't, we'll talk about the AI thing, but there's, I think you're going through a weird moment, and it's going to take a couple months or years, but it maybe not everybody will get clapped, but it will reprice a couple of things, but it's what I shared with all of you. I was encouraging all of you to make an AI business and get involved and understand what you could do. But there's just like, you're entering an era where like a young man or a young woman with like $4,000, you could kind of create your own little private anything. It's kind of cool. It's actually really cool, but that does change some of the dynamic around, justifying $500,000 chips over and over and over again. Albemarle. Where did that thing go? Yeah, bro, those Albemarle's ripped. It sucks though, because I didn't realize the time. I guess you have a little bit more time. Yeah, what the hell happened with Albemarle, bro? This is insane. IT on the high. I think Michael Burry did shut it down. I would be cautious. You never know with Michael Burry, but there's a letter going around that says he's closing it. But then the only thing that made me believe it, and I'm still kind of doubtful on it, but there is a SEC filing. Like, Cyan Capital is not, like, it's suspended pretty much. So, and that happened as of a couple days ago. So I don't know if that was a lapse. I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if it was an error. And then, you'd be like, you don't know how to read the SEC. I'm like, okay, Michael, did you quit or not? Just, okay, Michael. I'm not. I didn't quit. I have to save Gotham. No, Michael, you're not Christian. I'm Bruce. Okay, this is not. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't. Tesla on the low. Boyle. And then Eli Lilly, the motivator, on the high. Well, that's what I mean. I have an old video on analysts that I think that's part of why I got banned on Bloomberg. Because I went after the 2022, bro. After we bought Meta and Netflix, I went through all of the analyst history and I showed it on a video, and you could see how wrong they were for like it was terrible. But then like I think it has to do with like a social problem now, and I mean this respectfully. I'm not trying to like, you know, again, you guys know when I'm trying to be disrespectful, right? I'll tell you. Like, I hope you guys know that. So it's not like I'm not playing no fucking nice game with you. It's just like, for real, like I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings with it or be like rude to it. I just think it's like a fascinating social development dynamic, like of what's occurred. Like, you know, we could start with this. Like, here, let me show you. This one just, it starts in college. But like, did you guys see this one? This was yesterday. And I already made my play, so that's why I'm gonna rant. I hope you make yours too. Again, focus on individual staples if you want it, or wait, because if all of this is like a pump fake, anything changes, you'll be able to snag any premiums for cheaper. And then TKO's going up, and then AT&T and Verizon, both of them still. That was in the morning. Ooh, EW. You could go MDT or EW for healthcare value, but yeah, they're already melting up too. But like, you guys didn't see this? This was insane. This is at my San Diego, dog. At UC San Diego. I got denied to go to UC San Diego. You know that? At the time. I couldn't even get into UC San Diego. They wouldn't let me into any UC school, bro. They did not want Josh Answers there. Dog. The number of students needing remedial math went from 1 in 100 to 1 in 8. Like, dog, it's actually crazy. Like, college students at like high-level institutions are becoming just, they're not really, they don't know how to do shit. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. It's just like, yeah, we're like becoming illiterate and like a matholete. But then again, I talk like a this. So that's the first part. But now here's the deal. It's kind of what I just told you guys. With like the businesses. Now think about the analysts, because I was even showing you like, dude, you know how many analysts don't even work anymore? I know I could name you a couple that just listen to me, but I love y'all. But like, they're different now. It's just so hard to explain in the sense that it's just not the same quality. I think back in the day you had way better stock analysts, and now there's like a new generation of analysts that came in the last couple of years, and they're just much lower quality. I just don't think they understand it the same. And now here's the deal. Are you ready? The analysts that actually know, the analysts that were actually good from the new generation, what do you think they did? Let's not be foolish about this. That's why I say some of them listen to me. Dog, they quit and they go and start their own business. That's what I'm saying. So, dog, little by little, yeah, they're just like, yo, screw this. They either get into the industry that they were covering, or they'll go and make their own business, and then they dip out. It's not, because again, they're like, what the hell? This is so much. They're like, what? Nobody knows shit. And then they go and they do their own, and that's it. Ta-da! So yeah, it's you're gonna have to start thinking for yourself. You know, I wouldn't get in the habit of trying to be a contrarian all the time. You know, that's not my goal. I'm not trying to just go against the crowd. But like I'm saying, just I wouldn't be, personally, I wouldn't be detracted if you know, if I give you an idea, or if I could logically and objectively find a good idea, and it's like, but the analysts don't agree. That's okay. You'll be fine. Again, their job is to follow, not as much to lead. You know, and then if you want to listen to an analyst, you should go over their work. not only like their performance, but see what they're covering and make sure it's objective. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's analysts, the good analysts, they go through, they document things, they're really involved in these companies, and that's where they get their models and other things from. So, but you have to verify that's on you. Otherwise, you might just be blindly following, guys that, again, I would argue the more like objective chads who have not fell for some of the postmodernist trap, if you could stand in objectivity, I think some of you guys are a lot better. And I think some of you could get better info, especially now with AI, and that's why I'm saying with some of the tools available, I think you could run circles around some of these guys. I don't even think it's hubris. I'm just saying they're young. That's what's effed up, man. I'm getting old. And now I'm just saying there's like young analysts, there's like a whole new generation, and they're not good. Or they're just not as they don't think as critically or objectively, for that matter. China Commerce Minister met with Spain. All right, spies have very wop. Apple's chilling. I would like one of those if we could get it good, but no force in it. Who else is there? There's one more. There's a bunch. Like again, I like EWMDT. There's one more. I like the PGs. It's all staples though. Some of them are starting to come down. And keep in mind, some of them have earnings tomorrow or next week. China Commerce Minister hopes that Netherlands will responsibly translate its verbal statements into concrete actions. Is UNH? If that could come back up, that'll be nice. Yeah. Remember yesterday. And now CNC's leading the way. I hate every time I play CNC, it stops. So I'm gonna leave that one for you guys, okay? But that one's a good melter if healthcare melts up. But I'm not gonna touch it. I don't want to curse it for you. No, because I like seeing. My leaps are great. I have my other plays from earlier, fucking perfect. Anytime I try to get the melt up though, I never hit it. So just if you want it, it's all yours. And then every day I'm telling you, I had a nice melt yesterday and then ended a little later. So that's what you want with CNC. You want you don't want to be here. You get in any of these pockets, they're gonna die. But if you could get that, you're gonna love it. Same, but again, I do way better at UNH, surprisingly. But I still like staples, value, year-to-date laggers. That's kind of that theme is holding up. It's gonna slow down and just don't pay too much. That's why I didn't like the Apple there in the morning, but you got to get it at the right time. But that idea, I think, is pretty concrete. Why SPY and bonds? Because the government just reopened. So I think there's a couple of hiccups and people are getting ideas. Like, so there was this idea this morning. I forgot, it was Financial Times or Bloomberg. They reported, they said, option traders are buying TLT options as they expect the data to be bad as it doesn't get released. But my tinfoil is that the data's good. So they're like, oh, the bonds are going to get a bid. And they're like, the data, Donald Trump doesn't want to release the data. So they're saying it's bad data. But my tinfoil is that it's good data. Why? Because Donald Trump does not like the whole bad news, bad news dynamic. Yeah, he doesn't like it. I think it's funny, but I really think that's why I'm like, I wouldn't be too quick to say it's only bad data. You might, I mean, I could see where again, I think we talked about it yesterday, the lower end in certain industries, I mean, they're arguably already in a pseudo recession, and you had a lot of, 8 to 10% of the consumer just didn't get paid for the last 45 days. So I definitely think that's real, but I don't know if the data reflected that because it's lagging. It was from October, and then even oil, remember I was telling you, I was like, look how low oil is. That's odd. That's a slowdown, if anything, or it's cheaper products. So I don't think they'd want to hide bad data as much as, the good data has kind of baffled the administration. Why they don't like good data? I don't get it. It should be good news. Abivi, Abivacious. Ulanaceous. Yeah, they're coming up there, a couple of them. It has to hold, though. Cigna started off green and holding green. So, again, it's the same dynamic we saw the last couple days. I think value in those laggers are a lot stronger to start off, but equal weight's not really reflecting it. But then, again, SPY's down by 0.7, 3/4. Equal weight's barely down. A dabe. Yeah, it's probably bad. Kind of is like that clip. Where's Tesla? Danaher. I've always liked the Danaher ones, but they're really hard to play. That was one we saw during that one time. CNC's in the green now. Fizzer, bro. This move got you more premium than anything else. But yeah, that one started to move. Again, some of the ones from yesterday hit, but they didn't hit yesterday. So yeah, any of the ones from the events that were supposed to have it is the next day, kind of like AMD. NVO, Eli Lilly, still a motivator. 707. What's up, Vallejo? Microsoft red degree? No way. That'll be good. Yeah, actually. That's great. So that's going to help lift up this SPY here. I mean, Apple's already up. It just chilled out. And then again, Meta's up too. So honestly, this isn't the worst setup. It's just crazy you drop 1% so quickly from the morning. I want to say that's like CoreWeave and everybody else. But yeah, it's not bad. United States adds Mexican-based entities to criminal group sanctions. Good morning. Good morning. You're coming back up. We'll see. Bonds are going down, though. I mean, again, real bond volatility, you get worried. But for now, remember, it did get a bid yesterday off some of the best in comments. PayPal had an event this morning, but nothing came of it. Maybe it happens tomorrow. EW, Merck, SanDisk now waking up. Oh, a decent pop on SanDisk. I don't know if that's news or not. Remember, this thing, it just goes crazy every day. I like it and I don't. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe unchained means without a fund. Oh yeah, huh? Hey man, I'm all about the freedom. I feel brother. I feel brother. I'm free, no strings, no chains. That's that. Yeah, again, Meta, Microsoft, they did wake up. So that's good. Again, Meta also had the upgrade, so it didn't really get washed too hard in the morning. Sweet greens. I saw another value on the high, food value. And then there's UNH. Unch, unch, unch. Where's that other one? Dude, Dillard's, I remember when Dillard's was like a $10 stock, and then it went to like 200. Wasn't that during the pandemic? That was a wild one. I did not see Mexico, no. Dude, I saw a clip, though, of a guy. Dude, it was, like, scary and sad. But, like, did you see the one, like, dude, Shineball was, like, in a crowd, and some dude, like, grabbed her and tried to kiss her. I'm not even kidding you. It was the weirdest clip ever. Dog, it was the weirdest clip ever. Like, literally, she was, like, doing, like, some politics stuff. And, like, she was in, like, a city, and some guy, like, came up behind her, hugged her, and tried to kiss her. And I was like, are you kidding me? That was the president of Mexico. So, yeah, that was the only thing I've seen. I haven't been following besides that. So, Dana here, I don't know why I kept that one up, but that one's moving. All the staples. All staples and healthcare laggers. I mean, they go hand in hand, really. There's Albemarle. Elevance, that's another one. Dizzle. Yeah, Dizzle waking up. Again, if you get NVIDIA up, you'll be back at open. I mean, the open wasn't bad. And then, yeah, just I'm saying that first 10 minutes, you just dumped. Wolf, CLF, NFE, UNH. All right, high ticker's picking back up. All right, maybe that was just your opportunity to get a couple. Like I said, I grabbed them when I started ranting on some AI stuff. But other than that, you're gonna lag on a couple of big tech, but like most of it's doing good. Microsoft, Apple, Meta, those are doing fine. Even Netflix, and then Netflix is kind of holding from yesterday, but still up. And then you have some of these random ones like Albemarle, all the healthcare, all the laggers. They're not as hot as yesterday, but they did pick up there. I trimmed some of the Albemarle. I still have some, but I wanted to see if that would fill. They went up a shit ton. I'm surprised. All right, and then look at even on that little run, bonds got washed and then SPY. Again, I wouldn't call it volatile just yet, at least on the bonds. SLV, AMD, now Meta too. Meta's starting to print a little bit harder. Cura halted. Was that on the event list? No, it's been halted, yeah. And Dizzle again, and then Sunrun. Yeah, that's starting to wake up. That ran the other day. All right, man, you're looking pretty good. I think that was just a little bit of hiccups there. You still got a long way to go to fill the gap, but if you focused on the staples, that hasn't done anything except go up. I don't know how everything else will last, but for now, that was a little bit quick down on the up on the morning, and then little quick up right now. So, you telling me, Habibi? It's funny, XLP's coming down though, so who is that? I think it's Walmart, to be honest. Yeah, Walmart, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, some of those dropped. The healthcare related ones held up. So look, you kind of switched around there a little bit. Notice that. UHD went back to red. Venom, BTDR, what's that? BitDeer Technology, 16. I don't know if that's earnings or not. Biogen, now Micro, again, it kind of all started. You were telling me Microsoft, and then Meta held, and then that's it. Apple gave it, I'm glad I didn't chase that one. Like I was saying, though, you just jacked up those premiums. But again, in the morning, it was looking like the hyperscalers were all going to be down, and they kind of are. I think CoreWeave's still knocked. That's doing the stall. And NVIDIA's coming up, though, now. So you're getting a lot of even the tech that could be weighing you down. They're not looking too bad. It's still early. Tesla recalls Powerwall 2 battery power systems due to fire, burn hazards, and risk of serious injury. Good morning. Albemarle's still going. So yeah, if you have any of those old premiums, I mean, they win a tremendous amount. Tremendous. Deserve chillin'. So just watch what the staples do next, or the bigger ones like Walmart, Pepsi, and then see if healthcare drugs, if they hold up. Otherwise, now if they all get kind of pulled down after that, you're gonna hate today. $7.17, you're right below an hour. On Netflix again, too. It's been a very insane year. I love it. I think next year is going to be very fascinating. Because you guys remember, first year, even after Biden, Biden was crazy. And then literally the next year was crazy, too, in its own little way. So I do look forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, you gotta get ready, man. And again, the value. Can I talk about value stocks again? Can I do it again? Would you guys mind? Good morning. I love all of you. Good morning. A lot of good mornings this morning. So all of you guys who are wishing me good morning, I would like to give you a gift. I want to give all of you a gift. Can I give you a gift? Please, let me give you a gift. Why? Who doesn't like gifts? Look, you hear that? Oh, I feel like a gift is necessary. You hear that, right? Wow. So yeah, do you guys hear it when I drop them? Boom. Damn it, I got it tied up with my headphones. No, I'm not even trying to celebrate right now. I'm trying to untangle it. Okay, we're good. That's my fault. Okay, yeah, that's my fault, bro. So go to slickcharts.com. I mean, Tim's advice to do some ad block. This thing just trips my computer out every time. They're trying to sell me. I think it thinks I have ED. I don't see one yet, but still, I saw it on one time. I was like, come on, man, that's out of pocket. And then go to S&P and then hit component returns. Okay? And go to the S&P, bro, and just start at the bottom. If you haven't familiarized yourself with this list, you might hate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? You might hate Christmas. Give yourself a gift this year. I'm telling you, be very familiar with the names that are high quality, that are down a lot, because I'm telling you, in the next couple months, next 3 to 12 months, one of these is going to be your play, man. And it's going to a good 10-year play. There's some on here that, wow, that's amazing. So again, I'm telling you, a lot of people they're either turned off by the industries or they're only focusing on one area. But, you've seen it. The Babas, the JP Morgans, a lot of our good pickups, we got to buy them when they were down. And like I'm saying, if you go and look, some of these have been down for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Some for 3 years, believe it or not. So yeah, man, you gotta go through it, and I think you'll be surprised, and that's your gift, man. I wouldn't not do the work early right now. I wouldn't not, like I'm saying, I'd get familiar with them. I'd have an understanding of quality, especially if there's a name and have used your whole life. That's even better. But like I'm saying, they have more downside. I already think they're down because of this little consumer recession, this suitor recession, But it's just like, for real, just if that's the case, doesn't everybody say how they love a recession, they want to buy? Well, this is that, it's right in front of you. So I hope you utilize it, and like I'm saying, maybe it goes down a little bit more in the next 3 to 12 months, and it could go down a decent amount more, but probably not after losing. Some of them have lost a gigantic portion, but if it's still going to stay alive, man, and it's going to be around for 10 years and you can make that judgment, I mean, you would love some of these purchase prices. Or at the very least, again, if you have a ton of cash, it's a good place to start. So please do it. I'm telling you, please, I beg you. You don't have to buy anything yet, but like I'm saying, preparation, looking, you guys, this is how, again, imagine all the other good deals we've had. And like I'm telling you, I would pay attention, and if you got a ton of cash and you can't find something to scale in on, when some of these names are high quality and down, I mean, this is going to be a rough journey of chasing then. And I'm telling you, it's there, bro. If y'all want me to not give you attitude next year, or even then, I'm gonna, like, where's your long term, dog? Where's the long term? And so these are the opportunities you got to seize. Or again, at the very, you need to be familiar with them. I think that's the minimum standard. And there's, like I'm saying, like 30 names are down 30%. Oh, what the heck is that? Like, I think you could find one. I think you should at least know which names they are. So good luck. And God, that's your gift, man. Beyond the other gifts. There is a risk they get pulled from the SPY. So, you're not supposed to just buy the name because it's down. Like I'm saying, familiarize yourself with these companies. Most of them you already know. And ask yourself if it's going to be there for 10 years. But the fact that it's on the S&P right now, it does give you a better opportunity than not. Or at least it's letting you know, this is a relevant company to at least the last couple months and year. It's a way, way better starting point than most names. So, like I'm saying, you guys could play there's risk, there's that. You could play the worry game for a really long time. But I bet you you're going to buy one and it'll go down another 20%. That's fine. It's because then you could buy again and then you're going to build it. Like I'm saying, if you have a lot of cash, you're never going to make a perfect buy, but you do you gotta be looking, and these are your discounts for now, and then again, this is exactly what we did with growth stocks in 2023. So I would be familiar and then if you get them and they go up, awesome. If they go down, you'll either get more or other names will come down. Like literally, you might be able to get growth. And some of those names are growth names, but like if the big tech comes down, great. Well, you had some value that won't go down as much, or it'll even come up. I mean, look at these last couple days. As we, as some of the tech went down, all of those value names have gone up. That's even kind of how we played into last year as well, too. So that stability is going to help you out a lot. And then best case, you get NVIDIA really cheap. Worst case, you're going to pick up high quality names you could hold for 10 years at just a substantial discount right now, because nobody wants them. You guys get that, right? None of you want them. The Wall Street don't want them. Everybody's worried about the consumer. I still think that we could sour a little bit more. I would like it, because then people are like, oh, they're like, why are you? Because like even the way I bring it up, I want more people to be disgusted by it. Like when I say tap, I want you to throw up. Man, why would you buy that? Because again, that's what happened when we bought Meta. That's what happened when we bought Netflix. You don't remember Netflix? Dog, I bought Netflix too early too. That's the crazy part. I had to, but then again, I bought Netflix too early. It went down another 30%. And then we bought again, and then we bought again on Colt Sister. But Netflix, that's where I feel like we're at the Netflix zone right now. So you remember Netflix? I think you're right here. Because I remember buying around here. That's what you see what I'm saying? A lot of companies look like this. Even Chipotle looks like this. You're right here where you're like this is either the bottom or it's like your second 2/3 of the way there. And then one of them are going to hit. But then again, Netflix we bought again 180. Now we have a 189 purchase price on Netflix. You get what I'm saying? That's literally 1,000% on equity, dog. Yeah, we need the Ackman level, but you shouldn't shy away pre-Ackman level, essentially. That's what I'm saying. And I think those names and some of them out there right now, you shouldn't be shy. And I wouldn't be shy, especially if I had cash, especially if I feel like there's no hope and I can't buy anything in this market. Nah, it's there, dog. It's there. And again, worst case scenario, you're going to go through another little chopping block, but just like kind of Sweet Greens and Chipotle, but then you're going to be able to go and do it again. And then that's what I'm saying. As long we're on a 10-year time frame, you guys understand that? So you can't be discouraged by a couple months. Again, literally 1 year is 10% of your holding time. 10%, baby. So yeah, like I'm telling you, this is a gift. I'm being so clear, and I hope you take advantage of it. And the beauty is you don't need to rush, but you do need to make a decision. You do need to have some clarity on this. You get what I'm saying? And you do need to understand there is several opportunities out there, and it's probably going to get better, or if things start to change, the window is going to close little by little by little. You see what I'm saying? But then that way, even if the window closes, you're going to know what the hell is out there. That's what I'm saying. I would study up on them and be very familiar, and maybe you'll get some good ideas. So yeah, Merry Chrism. Woo! Here's the deal. You don't even have to get like AI about it. Yeah, I've talked about it for years, how some of these companies will start using the robotics to get productivity. But like I'm saying, some of these brands are going to be around for 10 years. Some of these are great companies on that list. Even then, you don't have to go like down 30. Like the range between like down 15 and down 20, there's some nice names in there, bro. And they're not, with AI, great. Without AI, great. They got a ton of cash flow. You use their products, you know about them. There's just so many things going for them, except for they're just not doing good right now, or they're kind of going through this little weird slowdown. Again, every consumer related stock is like that. So yeah, man, shop while they drop. You know how they say shop until you drop? No, shop while they drop. That's how you do it, man. Opportunity everywhere, Habibi. Everywhere. Wow. And like I'm saying, some of them now, if you get them, if you have a lot of cash, you should start throwing some seeds out there. Because then what's going to happen too is like coming into next year. Just remember, that's how like Baba and other stuff played out. And if you think about it now while people don't want them, that's how you avoid this situation like Baba. Because it's it. Remember, I had somebody get mad at me. Somebody came up to me this year and they were talking shit because they bought Baba at 120 when I was saying I don't like it because we bought it at 80, right? And then they're like, you told me not to buy it at 120. I'm like, I'm sorry for not pumping my bag on your head that I'm up 60% off. Yeah, you can make money after it goes there, but do you see what I'm telling you positioning wise? I would rather start while no one wants it, scale in and keep going and adding, rather than playing this game of like, okay, I only want 50% higher. Yeah, you would have made money on, you're up like what, 30% on Baba from 120? But it's like, yeah, dude, I think I know you guys, you like better positions. You're mentally gonna do better when it's lower. And again, it's gonna suck when it Chipotle's and you gotta sit through it for a little bit, but it's not gonna stay like that forever, dog. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what I'm saying. It reminds me of Netflix with that one, and that's what we talked about. I said it's not gonna be perfect, but let's throw some out there just in case, because we have a big time frame. So yeah, man, you could still wait till the confirmation, but we're not trading. We're long term. You see what I'm saying? So if you do wait till it goes up, it does get tricky when you wait for the pop. I want to show you guys the slick charts, but like I just don't want to open it up again because it literally bogs my computer down with all those ads. So you might have to. I've shown this every day for the last like 4 days though, to be honest with you. So I would just go hit, like, you hit S&P, then component returns, and then year to date. Yeah, we talked about a lot of things under 100 on Baba, Baidu, all of them. So there were some of them, they didn't look good at the time. I went down on Baba. You know that. I bought Baba in the 80s. It went down to 70 for a little bit. Again, I remember being down 30 on Netflix. I'm down 30 on Chipotle right now. So it's like, it's going to happen, but this is our first, you're going to scale in. You're going to keep going. And that's what I'm saying. If there's quality now, the beauty of the scaling in on some of these names, if they stick around, like even like a Procter & Gamble or like a Hershey's, is that you get the small position. If it goes down, your new position is going to build around it, so you don't have to trip that much. But then even if it goes up and it rockets, a small amount could still do some work for you. And at the very least, you got a good deal. And if it was really a good deal at that time, your portfolio will feel it in a good way. All right. Oh yeah, look. Tim already got you a clip. Oh, I thought this was a video, but yeah, this is, I was like, there you go. What? We're not talking about short-term plays. I think you've misinterpreted the scenario. We're talking long-term. I'm telling you, these are fire long-term. Some of you are gonna love them. But again, I'm encouraging you to think on your own and apply. Like, you guys want to be investors, right? Your work is cut out for you. I'd start shopping, get familiarized, get an idea. I mean, we make trades every day, but that's not the opportunity we're talking about right now. I need to go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. God bless you. Oh, I don't have propaganda. Let's get some Jesus. Burp. Jesus. Praise God. Amen. It's a cult, baby. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you've been scared. Big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real. It's not the reason they will kill, it's the freedom in believing. They want death to bring the will, but I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear, oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasted. Amen.
Top tech companies like OpenAI,
Okay, hitting the low.
Anduril,
I didn't go to the
sort of
bathroom,
thing.
I got it.
And so we created a new way for the public to invest
you
into
gotta
private
listen to
companies, and
propaganda.
now I think you're seeing broad adoption of that.
And anyone can put any amount of money basically in it?
Any American with a $10 minimum. So $10, like, you know, you're an 18-year-old, you can invest. You're 75 years old. It's totally democratized. There's no commissions, no upfront transaction costs.
So how big has it gotten?
So while our whole platform is $3.3 billion, our venture fund's about $400 million. It's our newest product, but it's been doing pretty well. And our success is shows that what's happening is this market realizes these companies need to be investable by the public. And Robinhood, Cathie Wood, I mean, I think Cotu, lots of companies are going to follow into this space because it needs to happen.
What's the average investment size? And do you think clients and customers are well educated in the investment, or is it like a parlay sort of environment?
Yeah, I mean, so the average investment is about $10,000, and the average investor is in their mid-30s. So this is like a more sophisticated investor. My experience is that people first invest in stocks, bonds, the liquid, and then they graduate up to alternatives. This is not like sports gambling or crypto or prediction markets. These are real companies, massive companies. They should be public, but the markets no longer reward companies to go public, so they're private. And that's a problem that we need to address.
I was going to say, I mean, if enough of you guys exist, the lifespan of being private is going to get longer, don't you think?
Well, it's already a reality, right? I mean, companies used to go public after 5 years of being in the private markets. Now they're going public after 14 years. There's reason that the reason that's the case has nothing to do with us, right? The nature of the public markets, the scale of the private markets. So now it's really just about making sure that ordinary investors are not excluded from these types of investments. The wealth creation we're talking about is in the trillions. And if we have wealth inequality and AI hitting every person in America and they're not participating in that, I think it's a crisis.
So what has the fund returns been like?
Well, I mean, so the last 6 months, the fund's up 30%. The last 12 months is up about 40-some%. But past performance is not indicative of future performance, but it's my regulator's happy about what I just said.
But you get in early. How do you decide which investments?
That's our team. We are a tech company first. We have 2 million customers. I have 100 software engineers. I've built AI. I've deployed AI.
I feel you.
I mean, one of the
I raise you a little Egyptian boy on YouTube, and it is free, you guys. All you got to do is listen. Y'all complain about the talking, but yeah, man, I got you. I'm telling you, you could do exactly what I just showed you. You'll beat that fund. So actually, you don't have to pay anybody to manage it. So, I haven't bought anything since Tap. That's my latest one. Again, we kept it slow. CMG. Yeah, no, I bought CMG Chipotle or SG Chipotle. Those didn't do well, but we're going to scale in. And then Tap was the last one. I haven't bought since. I haven't even seen the damn, how much cash do I have? I don't have any cash. Talking plays, yeah, I'm in there. Why does Dana here keep getting left up? I like it, but yeah, the value again. I think Meta, Microsoft, they went for a little bit, but they chilled. DraftKings on the loan. DraftKings kind of plummeting. Yeah, I only have a little bit of cash. Technically, on the rebuild, it's 5% cash. I didn't think about that because it's smaller. But then the small account is big now. Yeah, total cash 90. I'm negative 95 on the small account. My bad. Remember, I did get a little out of hand there. Yeah, so I'm negative 95 cash. I gotta wait for the next deposit. But dude, I can't believe it, man. Like, if you really think about it, bro, it's kind of nuts that, like, yeah, bro. Like, look at this. So it's like 33 grand, bro. We're at 1% cash if we have a deposit. I hate it. It's so weird. But then the welcome to life, it grows. Chipotagora, Tapagra, Integra. How Pulte may have crashed Fannie Mae with how he got the info on mortgage fraud. Where did you hear that? So that's not why I think Fannie Mae's down, to say it lightly. But yeah, I don't think that's it. I think people might react to it, and people might be like dramatic, but yeah, I don't think that's it. I think it's the plans for, like, what's it called? I think it's the plans for not being not IPOing yet. And that's just like that. People got excited on that, and then it hasn't hit. And I don't think you have clarity on that. So they might be using that as an excuse to dump it, but I mean, I would argue that's the reason why. Yeah, that news was yesterday. You weren't here when we read it. So we got that news within like seconds. So, and I don't even think it, I think people are going to use that as a reason, but I don't think that's why it's down. Like I'm saying, they're IPO. Tell me about the IPO. That's all that matters with this one. If we talk in plays. Vici. Speaking of real estate, that thing's held pretty stable, all things considered. Oh, is that 57? It's not bad. Alright, you are going low. I think it's just like a mix of this morning with like value not up as much, and then the tech that was up came down, and then obviously your Nvidia's. Now it's negative 9. Wait, what? Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, my cash balance. Thank you, my friend. I was like, wait, what's negative 90? I can't believe it. I think I just wanted like a solid amount of shares, like a flat number. And then, yeah, I thought I would have came back after the damn deposit, but I guess I'm $90 shy, which is like 30% of the deposit. GI, again, some of the values from yesterday are still going, but now Apple, actually, that's your kicker. So look, remember, Apple's looking good in the morning. But yeah, Microsoft held up, Meta's coming back down, Nvidia's drilling, and then Apple. Do you guys want to, I had a dream yesterday, or when I woke up. It's not that, but you guys are going to be disappointed if you're looking for like a, if you're looking for like a dream with meaning, you're going to get disappointed by this one. But I literally had a dream that I was hanging with Jensen. I was with Jensen Huang. I was with my buddy. And then I was with Jensen's son. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, bro. My dream in a weird way was kind of racist. Okay? Because in my dream, Jensen's son was like super Asian. And then I Googled Jensen's son this morning. It didn't look like him at all. Because Jensen does have a son. But yeah, I had a dream. I was hanging out with Jensen. He was showing me their building in New York. He's like, yeah, they're gonna do one in DC. And he was like, we don't want to do it though. And then me and Jensen's son and my other homie were just hanging out. Jensen's son. Yeah, Jensen's son. Yeah, he was super chill. We ate pizza. We were just, dude, it was fun. It was like a movie. You saw Jensen answer why he wore the leather jacket. It's hard to shop for. His wife picked it and it doesn't make him itch, so he bought a bunch of them. No, he was talking data centers. And then I hung out. Jensen was super dope. He was like really like we were eating. Jensen was a vibe, bro. He was a vibe in the dream. I was shocked. Was his personality was? Oh, yeah, he was just chill, bro. Everybody was chill. It was a fun dream. All right, you're going down again, but I think at this point, bro, look at the low ticker. This is your mix of tech. You have names holding up. Don't get it twisted. So literally, the names we even picked up this morning are fine. Equal weight hit higher and then dumped. They look matched up, though. They almost look perfect. Actually, equal weight hasn't hit a low yet. Let me get you guys a checkup. NASDAQ. Yeah, dude. This is Apple now mixed in with NVIDIA. And then now Microsoft going red. This isn't what you think. The value laggers are still in play, brother. Because NASDAQ is 41 green, 59 in the red. Dow Jones is 15. And then S&P 500, 241, 261. So everything's about 50-50 right now. This isn't, again, this is just bigger outsized effect. You're down 1.7 on the Nasdaq. But again, Apple was holding you up. Apple just went negative. IWM is clapped 1.5. It's Staples right now. It's Staples in healthcare. That's what we were saying all morning. I wanted the Apple. I looked good, but I said I can't take it because the premium. It was too much. They were fucking scamming. But then all the other value plays are solid right now. So literally, go look at anything value, consumer staple, or any like major year-to-date lagger. They're all doing fine right now. Even XLV, XBI, you have no issues there. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why I got him here and I said I'm gonna rant away. But then I thought it would have looked good if the tech stayed up or if Apple, but that just did not happen. They flipped that one quick. Dude, I love it too. Your wife called and said, can I speak to Issa Cole? I never really realized that. When I first read it, I was like, "What? Who's Issa? Who's Issa Cole?" I was like, "Oh, that's good, man. I'm glad your significant other is supportive of you being in a cult. You know that? Not too many people, they don't vibe. So, you know, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. If any of you would like to join a cult, let me know. It will require you not following propaganda. So you're going to have to reject that. But that's hard. It's harder than you think. Harder than you think. No, I get it now, though. I don't even want to be a cult leader anymore, dog. Like, because I get it. I get why people join cults. They just get lazy. That's it. That's why some of y'all are like, yeah, I'm in a cult. You go, I don't want to do nothing. I'm like, what? You got to buy one long-term, dog. Nah. I want to be in the cult. I'm like, you wanted to join a gang. I think you wanted to join a gang. I think you were looking for more gang activity. Because, you know what I'm saying? At cult, you got to, like, do something, dog. Like, everybody got to play a role. Like, I think you wanted the safety and protection of the gang. But nah, like, this ain't a gang, dog. It's a cult. It's different, you know. That's it. You gotta be on a farm, dog. Like, what are you saying? Yeah. Where's Kimberly now? Issa? Who's Issa? Speaking of, I like Kimberly. That's on the list, man. They just literally had their biggest drop since 1987. I like Kimberly Clark, but I don't. Because I like what they offer, like diapers, tampons, Kleenex, all that. But I thought they had a better portfolio. I like Procter & Gamble more. I thought they had more consumer products that were not all based off of paper or like tissue. You get what I'm saying? So it's a good there. I mean, tampons and diapers, bro, you can't go wrong with that. See, again, remember, we're up like 50% on fucking pizza, you guys. So I know in an AI world, you got this weird Egyptian guy. They don't put me on TV because I would start talking tampons and diapers. That's what Kimberly Clark is, and some Tylenol. That's what I like now, but yeah, man, I don't know. I like KDP too. They got a decent portfolio. It's like, sadly, I like Pepsi more because Pepsi's more diversified. So I would only take KDP if I couldn't get Pepsi. But if I could get Pepsi and they're sitting, Pepsi's at a good deal, I'm taking Pepsi all day. Well, no, Procter & Gamble has a way more diversification. Procter & Gamble's not just paper. Procter & Gamble has just like random like skincare, toothpaste. They have all sorts of stuff. That's why I like Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble's like the Pepsi compared to like KDP. That's exactly what I'm saying. So like Procter & Gamble to KMB is like Pepsi to KDP. Do I have levels on the SPY? Not really. I mean, we've called them out every randomly, but I'm not. I mean, ever since it just goes by like 20s and 30s, and then gap fills here and there. But I mean, we're just in the, notice we're just still in the range. So that's what you should be paying attention for this year. It's either you have the setup for the most hated rally, or you're gonna kind of play out end of last year bursts and stall. SEE CDR deal could come as soon as next week, says Semaphore. Did that have one in the morning? Yeah, it's already up 18. I think there was a rumor on that already in the AM. I think they're giving you a time frame on that. Why did Kimberly Clark go down? Because they bought Kenvue, the Tylenol maker. So investors did not like that. They were already kind of struggling. So yeah, I think there's like an earnings reason, but then it was really the Kimberly Clark or the Kenvue purchase. All right, you're going down. It's all tech. I mean, bonds are getting a bid. I mean, I still think you could watch Apple. I haven't checked the premiums. Otherwise, you knew from the morning. Watch though, if it gets too downside, some of those staples might come down. Otherwise, all these laggers are gonna hold, dog. It's what it seems like. Who's the other one? Tap. I love the fear and greed index. It's so broken. What do you mean fearful? We are at all-time highs! I love it. Dog, never in my life have I ever, besides this year, bro, never have we seen mother effers have fear at 6,700 on the S&P 500. Back in my day, bro, you had to be down 10% to get that fear index to get people scared. So it's honestly pretty fascinating how we played out. And literally the market has hit extreme fear. Prices are where they were 5 days ago. No, actually though, it's actually wild. That's why I think Burry's oh, screw this, I'm out. Well, yeah, I mean, fear is the devil. The devil is alive. And propaganda, bro. That's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, I'm there is fear. It shows up in all of those names that I just told you about. But that's why some of them are people are moving money to it. And those names are holding up. I just don't think the market's fragile. I think it's led by a couple of names. We've known that for a while, the market breadth, and the tech effect. And again, like we talked about it a lot yesterday, just even those names I keep showing you guys, because I'm like, dude, there's like a pseudo recession going on. It's just like under Biden. That's how we got some of those names. That's why next year will be interesting. And then I do think people are trying to buy time until next year, because next year you're going to get tax breaks and other liquidity and money flowing. And remember, it just ended the government shutdown, so that's going to cause its own thing as well too. ADP on the high. Sipping on some Fizzerve. Oil on the high, XOM. I don't know if it's oil or oil companies. What time is it? 10:15. We got 30 minutes till Euro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I love it, though. Dude, you guys didn't see the chart, bro? Dog. I told you this a couple months ago. That's why I say, chat, I don't know who wants it. Let's take it. We have such an opportunity. That's why, dude, I hope I was able to get y'all building your stocks, finances, knowledge, critical thinking. Because I can't wait till y'all start running companies, man. And let's make some big companies and let's own more stock. Because I told you, bro. We are going to be the last of a dying breed. I can't believe it. I love it. It's sad. I wanted it. I didn't want it this way. You know that? I thought we were going to all uphold the culture with honor. I'm not talking about here. I'm talking about Wall Street. I thought there was going to be big long-term investors. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to hold, bro. Oh, you have no idea. Did you know that boomers own 70% of the stock market? Do you realize people under the age of like 30 or 40 own less than 10% of the stock market? My guy, that's going to transfer. You know that, right? It's going to transfer, bro. But dude, it's crazy. 70% of all equities are owned by boomers. I think the range when they start getting above 70 is crazy. It's still, even those above 70, I think own like 40% of it. So yeah, bro, that's all gonna shift, and then it's gonna change, but it's nuts because you got to think about it. The boomers got to owning 70%, but think about it. When they were 20, 30 years ago, they didn't own that much, but then they owned way more than the younger generations are now. I know people are saying it's the financial situation, and that's part of it, but this is why I keep emphasizing you should try your hardest to save 10%. And, walk away with some ownership. Hold on. So, yeah, bro. Telling you. And like I've said, even with the analyst, it's a dying breed, you guys. I didn't think it would die. I really didn't. I didn't think it would die with them. I really did not, but it is. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't want it this way. I really would. I prayed for something different. I thought my role would have been different. I thought, but yeah, that's why it does create a different opportunity. So I hope you guys I hope you stick to it. I hope you stick to everything I'm telling you, because most people will not. And that's no shade to anybody. I mean it in like a broader macro sense. If you really have the wisdom to see it, because it's mind-blowing. It's very, very mind-blowing. Oh, shit. Drink down. Last time that happened, it almost got my battlefield machine. I almost spilled water on my battlefield machine. yeah, it probably will be an inheritance, but then they will sell it off. But then it's just like, it's sad that just, again, the younger, like, I don't think, like, let me put it this way, bro. If you're if you're like 30 to like 25 and you have really held if you have held a long term and you are 30 to 35, not like traded, not like gambling, whatever, like a long term, like US equities, dog, and you are between 25 and 30 and you have actually held it, you are already in the 1%. You don't realize it yet. Like I said, we gonna take the mother effers working at McDonald's. Y'all gonna be richer than Andrew Tate. You know that, right? I still stand by that. Let me see if I can find it for you, the data. Dude, it blew my... Oh, here, can I show you something else? I found my next endeavor. I saw a 16-year-old doing sumo wrestling, and he beat somebody who weighs twice his weight. So I might get into it. I kind of want to be a sumo wrestler. That's a side point. Oh, I didn't save the chart. Oh, you saw it? Oh, damn, it's under 40? Oh, no. I didn't realize that. I thought it was under 30. That's even worse. Oh, that's terrible. So yeah, that's you guys right here, under 40. So that's why I'm telling you, if you own it and you actually hold your long term, I don't think you realize what you have. That's what happens. That's why some people trade it away early. It's actually insane. But yeah, this is you. So look, 2020, that was us. It grew, but then notice it didn't get bigger, and then anytime it drops, all the young guys run away every single time. But yeah, bro, look at that. That was when you met me. That's why I'm saying I thought our role would be different. You know, our job was to increase this, end poverty. But yeah, but like, I don't think you guys realize it yet. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I think it's exciting, it's sad, and it's bittersweet to call it that way. You think they'll sell it or take the transfer? I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to take it. Does that make sense? They say, Habibi, I don't care what they want to do it, give it away, give it a sale, do whatever, Habibi, but unfortunately, we have to accumulate it, all of it. So yeah, it doesn't matter what happens to it. Or what they do with it. It just matters about what, again, view the verdict, view the consequence, view it by the end. The point is, that's going to transfer, and it's going to transfer to you if you play your cards right. Ta-da! Extreme fear is trending. I love it. It's literally the same prices as last week. I don't know, man. I mean this in the most loving way possible. Because like, you guys have, again, don't you guys understand the beauty of me being very straightforward and harsh with some of you? I hope you could tell when I'm trying to be straightforward and harsh. Because I'm not trying to, like, I ain't trying to be rude about what I'm about to say next. I'm not trying to hurt any of your feelings. I'm trying to help you. I don't think you guys are concerned about the less fortunate. Or you may be concerned, but the practicality, it's not aligning. So if you really are concerned, y'all should get out of the stock market, hold your long term, stop trading every day, and get into politics. Or, you know, make sure that it aligns. These are the talks I've had with many other people. But just unfortunately, you guys are, check Verizon, that's moving. Again, they were already up all day. That's part of the value stuff, or laggers, even though Verizon's been up. But yeah, I really think if, in a weird way, you guys might be on propaganda to a degree. Because if you are, again, are you guys below the age of 40? So the two of you that brought that up, below the age of 40, and you guys spend $50 a month, you know, think about that. That's not shade or anything. It just, I mean, think about where you're at socially in that. But if you're below the age of 40, and that's the first thing you think about when we talk about that, I think your mind is being pulled in the wrong direction. You know, you should really be thinking about yourself and your family, because if that's going to happen anyways, you're going to be worse off than not. And I don't want that for you. Does that make sense? You know, and believe me, and if you really want to make a change and you want to help the underrepresented and help this equality thing, this transfer and all of it, you guys need to go be as motivated and get into politics like a AOC did, or any of these people who are getting elected with zero work experience, or any experience. So, you know, I would focus on that first and foremost, and yourself and your family, and then because again, it's gonna happen regardless, if that makes sense. You know, there's gonna be inequality. There's gonna be this huge wealth thing, and I mean, do not be deceived, because if you don't do what I'm telling you, you will be at the mercy of somebody else, and it's not, and it will probably be the mercy of somebody who told you this, and before you know it, it'll be worse. So I encourage you to think clearly, accurately, and productively, and that's how you're gonna do it. But I wouldn't, you know, that shouldn't be your first thought as a young man or a young woman living in this moment. It really shouldn't. Is it not true? No, I think you guys are correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is, again, and we've talked about this. I've studied it, and that's why I'm saying it's there. But there's only two ways you're gonna make this change, and it's either you got to get involved in that politics. And I've for years I said I'll fund you guys. I will sponsor people to get into it. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody just wants to make money. Even the guys who always tell me that they only want it. It's the motive is concealed. So, and that's fine. I mean, no shame to that. But I do think that you either got to do that or you got to take care of yourself right now. Because if that's gonna happen, and you could see that, inequality, my guy, what do you think is gonna happen to if you're not? The same goes for me. If you guys think I'm an elite, I'm more normal, I'm more closer to you. AOC is balling, dog. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like, if we all don't do this and we all don't actually make sure we have defensive positions and making sure we're in an advancing way, then, like I said yesterday, we could talk all we want, but we should all be a living example of the correct answer and the correct way. And again, if you are going to help people, you're going to be able to do it with those resources. But I think some of you got to make your decision, and I'd make it sooner rather than later. I would really, really decide. And that's the case. I mean, stop wasting your time and money on the short term, and I would get into politics right now. This is your shot. Same thing with the AI stuff. You could go become a founder if you have nothing right now, or you could go and they will elect you. If all you got to do is say the right words, and if you have a plan to close this gap, this is your shot. FMCC Bill Ackman? No. Fannie and Freddie Bill Ackman. Let me double check that, but if he goes in, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, the GOAT Bill Ackman. Oh, yeah, he was there. Yeah, they'll be hosting on Freddie and Fannie. On this space, we will share a proposed transaction that will enable the Donald Trump admin to achieve all its objectives. Wait, is it IPOing today? But yeah, they're doing an X Spaces. Is that volume real? Oh no, you might be able to. All right, give me a sec. I need to eat another snack, bro. It's a workout day. What do you mean? Oh no. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I can't find you, propaganda. Oh, Trump is gonna go live at 11. APA on the high, Apache. Yo, APA. I'm in INSP, APA. I don't know if that's going to be a buyout or not. That's pretty big, though. 4%. You've already triggered. Oof. Whoa! All right, yo, there's a 1 center out there. Good luck. You still, I don't know if that, again, I still don't know if that one's going to move, but that one's cheap. It's 5%, 6% now. Yeah, Way merger, 19 billion upstream unit with Reposol. So there you go. Yeah, is it gone? Yeah, 500% now. Oh, 1,000%. Okay, don't, if you go, don't, literally, bro, do not. Okay, I'm out at 1,000%. Literally. All right, well, I still have some. I just made it free, though. I got a ton of them. Literally now, it's 1,000% on the bid. So again, you're not supposed to go for it after that price. That's why I told you all of it. I gave all of you the price because that way you're not going to lose on that. You just caught a buyout rumor within seconds, and it was at literally the lowest price possible. That does not mean you chase it afterwards, because that's it. You're going to go and flip it after. So let's see what happens. Okay, now I'm going to go eat my snack, bro. I think I just earned it. 1,000. Just like that.
The record-long shutdown. Joining us now, Administrator of the Small Business Administration, Kelly Loeffler. It's great to have you on. So what happens to these delayed loans? Do they get paid out now?
Well, look, Sarah, we're extremely thrilled to be reopening today at the SBA, but make no mistake, the Senate Democrats forced this shutdown, making it the longest shutdown in American history, on the backs of not just our military, our air traffic, our main streets and hungry families, but on small businesses. They wanted to cause pain, and they did, to the tune of $5 billion that didn't get out to 10,000 small businesses. So we are processing those loans rapidly. We're going to get Main Street reopened again. But make no mistake, the Democrats' mask has slipped. They're willing to extract pain from the American people to advance a failed agenda. And Main Street doesn't tolerate that. They create 2 out of every 3 new jobs. They want to make sure that our main streets are open and functioning, and so do we. We're going to get this economy back thanks to the Trump tailwinds, and we're going to see small business flourish like never before.
I mean, politics aside, is there any lasting impact to small business from missing these weeks of loans?
Well, Sarah, it's pretty clear that there will be, and there's going to be an asterisk on the fourth quarter data thanks to the Democrat shutdown that really achieved nothing for them and hurt the American people potentially to the tune of $100 billion of economic activity, 60,000 lost jobs. But we aren't going to slow down small business because the Trump tailwind is really strong. Look at his economic agenda. It's going to come roaring back. We see GDP growth of 3.8 in the last quarter. We see wages growing faster than inflation for the first time in 4 years. Energy prices down. We are going to have a new collar boom thanks to manufacturing with $17 trillion coming into this country. Much of it will be deployed at small businesses. So thanks to President Trump's economic agenda, we're going to get Main Streets open again. He built the greatest Main Street economy in his first term, and he's going to do it again in his second term.
But there are these new concerns about affordability, and maybe that's what we saw from some of the elections here in New York City, in Virginia, in New Jersey. The fact that inflation is still stuck at 3%. I mean, I know it's come down from those highs a few years ago, but stubbornly high and kind of moving up in places like groceries, which I pointed out earlier. Is that what you're seeing across small business? Isn't that problematic?
Well, look, Sarah, small business confidence is at 7-year highs. Not since Trump won has small businesses been so optimistic. And in fact, small business optimism is above its 52-year average, even amid the shutdown. So small businesses see that drive to invest and build and grow in America. They see that fair trade is on the horizon again, finally, after 50 years of disadvantage them with unfair trade policies. And then we see the economic growth in GDP. We see falling inflation, rising wages. So the headwinds under Joe Biden, the massive regulatory costs that he imposed, over $2 trillion, are going to turn into tailwinds under President Trump. So we're excited to get this economy reopened, to get the government working for the American people again.
One thing we noticed with NFIB earlier in the week was the percentage of small businesses that mention labor quality as their single most important problem. It jumped to 27, up 9 points month on month, one of the biggest monthly jumps we've seen. What do you think's behind that?
What do you
Yeah,
think's
you're right,
behind
Carl. Look what happened. I mean, President Trump has
All
solved
right.
inflation, fair trade, deregulation.
Yeah.
Our interest
So
rates
again,
are coming down.
Don't ever market order those trades, otherwise you'll get scammed. That's why I told you the window. You guys, if you listened, you had it. And then the guys on the delay, I know you get mad because you miss it, but do you not realize that protected you? Because that only hit it's still up there. You got 100% on the bid. But the problem would be a lot of people don't listen when I tell them that, because even then you just saw it. Because if I say, don't do this, don't do that, they're like, yeah, okay. And then it leads to bad decisions, and then you'll get mad at me even if you got it early. So I hope you see that, but that's why. It's just like you get little windows. You know, it's few and far between, but when they happen, if you're there paying attention, it'll work. But other than that, you can't go outside of the lanes or you're going to crash. So that's what I'm saying. I think that was a good one. I'm sure some people got it, but it lasted for like, 30 seconds? It's still up there. If you got those first ones that we said, it held. It filled me on all of mine, and it left some there. So that somebody was caught slipping on that. At least the computer was. But yeah, that's a merger, or they're saying a rumor of it. And Apple and Spy still at the bottom. Extreme fear. Still going lower. Let's see the other ones. XLP. Pfizer. Bud and Tap keep going up too, though. I'm down. I like it. Well, I like it. New low of the day. I don't know. The Bill Ackman thing. They're going to do a space and is the IPO soon? Because I thought the delay, that's what's causing all this. Senate Democrats asked Trump to renew China export curbs. I forgot. K-Web and Baba. Baba's still up, but remember, it was up 4 or 5% on the Q and ChatGPT stuff. Or there's knockoff. The claimed a breach of Packard. What's the ticker for Packer? P-Car. That's what it is. They're saying ransomware on Packer. Hasn't reacted. Oh. Pending verification. We'll see again. Hit or miss on the one. But then again, didn't Oracle, man? Oracle had bonds. They had a hack. They had all of that shit. It was crazy. And then whoever, I don't know if you're still here, but if you want the value thing on the slick charts, Tim did clip it for you. Tesla develops support for Apple CarPlay in long requested move. Why is Oracle flushing again? Oracle took another one. Tesla mulls CarPlay in coming months following tests. Abivai going up there too, part of the biotech move. LB is already down 9. I think this one's earnings, but that one's coming down a little bit. And Costco on the high, and then again Tesla CarPlay news. So yeah, here's how you find the value. Here's the clip. .com. I mean, Tim's advice to do some ad block. This thing just trips my computer out every time. They're trying to sell me. I think it thinks I have ED. I don't see one yet, but still, that I saw it on one time. I was like, come on, man, that's out of pocket. And then go to S&P, and then hit component returns. Okay? And go to the S&P, bro, and just start at the bottom. If you haven't familiarized yourself with this list, you might hate Christmas. Just go slit charts. It's at the top. S&P, and then hit year to components, your year to date, and then components. Something like that. But that's how you do it. I don't want to pull it up because it does mess my up. CRK. Rollins focused on lowering ground beef. Rollins Wagyu beef would be up significantly, doing big announcement next week on turkeys. Whatever Comstock, that just popped a little bit, but kind of glitchy. And then SpyStyle at the bottom, I mean, just a mix of the big tech going down. You're down 1.7 on the NASDAQ. I don't know if you feel it. Again, in staples, healthcare, laggers, all doing good. Is there a disadvantage to looking back further than year to date? I mean, eventually you should look back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should take a look back beyond just the 1 year, but that's just a good place to start. Because what I noticed over the years is that a lot of people, they make the mistake of buying stuff that is up a lot already on the year. Now, that could work. It does, you know, even look at AI and NVIDIA. You could buy things when they're up, and it could keep going up. But other than that, it's like that's usually a good recipe of, you know, how do you know it's overpriced, or how do you know you're paying a little bit more? It's probably up on the year by a decent amount. And then vice versa. If it's down on the year, you know, in a short amount of time, and if it comes back to normal or back to where it started, that's also your opportunity to get a good position. The link on Twitter takes you to the exact screen. Oh, yeah. So here's the link. So this is the link. I keep bringing this up. I keep showing y'all. So like I'm saying, Merry Christmas. If you really want to invest and start learning and actually doing it, bro, please get familiar with this. I beg you. Because you know, it could be a month, 3 months, a year, does not matter. We are on a 10-year scale. And, you know, when you do it, you're going to know. And if windows close, you're still going to have ideas. You're still going to know what's out there. And think, it's not just about prices, too. Think about why. What is the company? Is this something that you use in your daily life? Is this a company that, you know, will be around for the next 10 years? A good way to know if it's been around if it'll stay is if it's been there. But yeah, man, you really could. Oh, Schwab stock split. You're going to get your Netflix. They gave you an update on it. And then I don't. Is there any Chads? Does anybody need a condo in Florida? Where is this? Surfside, Florida. Does anybody need a condo in Surfside, Florida? North Beach, Miami, pretty much. Because I circulated it. I haven't found anybody at the price yet, but I have a Chad willing to take a loss or sell it because he needs to move. He'll give it at a good price. I mean, it's not. I sent it around. No one's, again, especially in Florida right now, condos. I mean, it's not. You got to be very competitive. So I think he's willing to take it lower now. It's at 530. I mean, I think they'd probably take it a little lower, probably another 10%. So probably like 499 maybe, because I think they just need to move. But I wouldn't advise them to sell too low. I don't think they could carry it. No. Actually, I don't know. I didn't ask. But if you could carry the loan, that's a different ballgame. But I think there's a mortgage on it. That's where the condo collapsed? Really? It's a nice building. It's not too bad. There is a HOA. Pfizer completes acquisition of Metzar. That was fast, dog. What? Miami. So yeah, but he just emailed me. He said if a Chad wants it, he'll take a loss on it. He'll sell it because he just needs to sell it by December. But I sent it to investors. Nobody bid on it at the current price. Oddly enough, in Florida, the properties like with big money are moving now. Like I'm saying, the people who want it for like other reasons, taxes and all sorts of, park money, park assets, they're willing to sell or they're willing to buy. But like everything in the mid-market, lower range, it's not there. Yeah, it's on the market, but not at the price he's willing to take. So he has it up on the market higher. I don't think it could be Airbnb'd, or it would have to be 1 month Airbnbs. Like I'm saying though too, if it's not like the highest demand place if there's no tourism, travel, like real shit like that in that area, I don't like Airbnb. For like, if you guys are like, oh, I want to justify a purchase, like I wouldn't rely on Airbnb unless it's like a damn travel destination. Didn't we see this the other day? IDAI, and then Pinterest on the low. They've already been down. IDAI kind of running. Well, email me if you want it. I'll send it to him. You need a Chad. He's offering his Chad discount. Like I said, I mean, it's not. I think it's a fair deal, but like I said, no other investors really wanted it, and then it's sitting on the market right now. So you guys, you would need two motivated people to work. He's motivated, and he's willing to go lower, but you need somebody who's like, you would have to really have a good use and reason for it. We're missing a decent amount of economic data. Like what? 2, 3. Okay, Pinterest going up now. What's this? Hey, yo, is Pins at an event? Hold on, I'll check. That's what I'm saying. Remember, these types of moves, if they start to get like volatile with nothing, it might. You gotta double check. Surfside's nice. I didn't know what Surfside was until I was like, just like North Miami. I miss Miami, bro. I miss it. I can't believe I went. I went a couple times already this year. But I miss it, man. I miss it. Miami. You're going next weekend, you mother effer. That's exciting. Oh, Perigo. Hey, yo, keep eyes on this. Dude, this is healthcare lager. Interesting. Yeah, that's the plan B. Like, literally. Yeah, St. Pete. I mean, if you, like I was saying, if you want an Airbnb, that it has to meet the criteria of like event, essentially. Like there has to be, like it's a tourist destination. Like I said, my Airbnbs with like snow, cabins, natural parks, convention centers with active stuff, they're doing fine. Anything not is just oddly dead. I mean, most places will let you. Jack is going up. That's value food play. Dana here. I should have taken it. I like the Dana here. They're just spreads and price are really the spread. But most places will let you Airbnb for 30 days at a time. But that's just like a weird, you don't get the same demand. You know, that's just like month to month rentals. And then usually you're going to charge an arm and a leg for that. And then it's, yeah. It's a weird demand, but some people do it, but not as much as they were. Oh, there's the Apple CarPlay news circulating. It did really move it. And then Spy's still leveling out here again. The setup is practically the same. I'll get you guys another checkup. It's 8:30. Time for push-ups. And Euro close. NASDAQ 41 green, 60 in the red. So like 10 more names. Dow is 18 red, 12 in the green. So that flipped a little bit. Dow's getting kind of weak comparatively. So some of the value dripped down. And then 230 green, 270 red. Another 20 went red on the SPY. Not to mention, you know, the side. Damn, SanDisk on the low. Down 11 now. Got something in Inglewood. Yeah, do it. I like Inglewood. But again, prices too, though. It's to be good. CRC, didn't we just see that? Is that Comstock? I can't click on. No, that's California Resources. Yeah, Carmel is a good travel destination. People like going to Carmel. Or not like, what's that other place? There's like Treehouse Lodge or something. And some of them are just beautiful, man. And it's been attracting a lot of people. Yeah, we got a lot of people in Florida. So our biggest audience is Cali, New York, and Florida. And then Texas. That's where most of everybody who listens is. And then Chicago. The major cities, really. I don't like the humidity in Miami, but I just like Miami. I don't like the vibe. I'm not there to be like a fucking crypto trader. It's just, I like that there's a beach. And then there's like nice food and you could do everything, and you could chill at home and it's still nice. That's what I'm a fan of. But then humidity is just odd. I haven't seen any other side of Florida though. Huntsman. APA hit a new high? No way. I stopped looking after the 1,000%. Yeah, oh my gosh. Dog, they're still up. Oh, they took the bid away. But the ask is now 1,500%. Let's see where I can I get filled at 1,000% again? Let's try. No autofill. What happened to the New York house? What do you mean? Small town West Virginia. Hey man, there's good opportunities. Dude, did you all see it? I mean, we were talking AI and land, and I was telling you AI real estate stuff. And a lot of those places like Virginia anywhere near the data centers. They've gone insane. Even just the land value has skyrocketed. West Virginia, what that? Dude, there's a lot, bro. In New York, you could get, this is even before Mamdani, but like, it's usually the HOA. That's what screws you, and then you can't, like, there's regulations, you can't flip them. They charge you like a 2% tax on flips, but you can, they're really cheap, and then you just have to pay the HOA. Like, dude, you could get a 1-bedroom condo in New York right next to Central Park for like 200 grand. You know that, right? What's the kicker? The kicker, dude, you could get a condo, a 1-bedroom. It may be small, but you could get like a 1-bedroom condo on 5th Ave, just very nice area for 200 grand. What's the kicker? Let's see. It's kind of, this is what happens in Miami too a little bit, and like some of the other places, but yeah, you could do, I don't know if you've looked, but yeah, you can. There's a lot, but what's the kicker? There's a catch. $200,000 for a 1-bedroom condo in a great area. Yeah, literally. Dog. Literally, it'll be a $5,000 a month HOA. Galecto. This was the buyout one the other day. Or this was the purchaser, I believe. But yeah, they're going up and then SPY's coming down. What do you mean? HOA will be like triple the mortgage. Yeah, dude, it's insane. They're like, dude, there's a lot. There's like cheap ass condos in great areas. Like if you want, but then the HOA is like $3,000 to $5,000 a month. It's insanity. And we're not talking, you don't really get amenities. Like, you know, like San Diego has like Pacific Gate. That's like one of the nicer buildings in downtown San Diego. It's ballin'. You get like a driver. They'll give you access to a yacht. Like it's super nice. This is in San Diego. But then that HOA is like $1,800 a month. But that's for like the nicest. We're talking $3,000 to $5,000 a month HOA in New York for like a pretty crappy building. Vor, all right, a couple Vor Pharma now. More small biotechs, mid-cap biotechs are running, and then SPY's still coming down. Apple did come up a little bit. Who is it? It's Microsoft losing the lead. Nvidia drilling. Meta down barely, but Meta even gave up the little upside it had, so that's one that flipped. So yeah, but your staple, again, any of the staple plays from this morning are killing it. So any of those plays I took are up actually, and then we got 1,000% as the cherry on top. So I hope you don't get the fear, and just if you were focusing on what we were saying this morning, you should understand it. That could still flip though, so don't get too confident, but I think you could get the idea. Officials present Trump with military options for Venezuela. If they allow transferable mortgages, Miami gonna flip. Yeah, I mean, it just all depends on if it could really attract the demand though from New York on the bigger ones, but there's already high supply in Miami. They just won't sell it cheaper. So, but then again, I mean, they talked about, I like that conversation we heard yesterday on Bloomberg. You know, I don't say that too often, but they were talking, you know, what are you saying? Just real estate and jobs. That is really, that's really the big thing. So that's why like this little like middle lower class recession that's happening, it's very critical, because that's why like, yeah, luxury real estate, higher priced, it's going to hold up. It's going to be fine even with or without the more, they don't care about that. But then, like, if the jobs market now in some of these high inventory areas, if you really get a weakening job market, that's where we're going to see the effect in prices, I believe. All right, man, still going down here. I'd pick your favorite, but again, they're all up now, even the value plays. So you could still chase it if you want, or you're going to have to wait, or you try to buy the dip on tech. Or again, let this go through. I mean, we're down 2% on the NASDAQ. This was somewhat foreseeable. Again, the shutdown ended, and now we're kind of getting bumpiness. So we'll see how it all plays. HIMS is lab testing, driving $1 billion in revenue. I like that. Hey, yo, check HIMS. It's not reacting, but I think that's kind of bullish. I hate HIMS, because then they're going to compete with like Quest Diagnostics, essentially. I'd go near the money on them, if anything. Yeah, yeah, there's not any like cheap ones, or go to, here. Nah, they got big spreads. I like it. Go check Quest Diagnostics. Do you guys get that? I don't like this company at all. They expect to lower lab test price through negotiation and acquisitions. Do you understand that? I just understand that news. That's like Quest Diagnostics. Like being able to do like lab testing, you know, get your blood, send it in and all that. They hit. Let me see. Yeah, like LabCorp, exactly. Again, I hate HIMS, but that's a head. That's coming in now. You're early. I don't know if it's circulated yet. It will in a little bit. And then you know the pumpers love it. Just fat spreads, though. There wasn't really any good plays. I was kind of cautious on the Alta de Manes. Is that DGX? Yeah, Quest. Look at Quest. They already tripped off of it. So, yeah, I think it's just early. But let's see. They're stalling a little bit. AMD rolling. Yeah, they won't go. Dude, it won't come down. That spread is disgusting. You work with Quest a lot? Oh, yeah, don't you? I think you do stuff in the lab. Take-Two, Netflix, Red Dead Redemption deal coming to Netflix. All right, HIMS. You need them to fucking pump it. It hasn't circulated yet. Yeah, they're already going down. Keep rolling. Oh, I like it. STX. Let's see. See if DGX goes down. They're going up on it, so they're either going to work with them or not. Oh, GSK. That was another one, like health value type beat. Yeah, they didn't really move. They had like the algo candle, but like I'm saying, it's not widely circulated yet. Oh, they're back up now. I was looking at the wrong contract. Tricor is the competitor. Are they public? All right, now LabCorp is going down. Yeah, you need them to pump it, dude. That's what I'm saying. You're just really early on that one. Even with your delay, that's not anywhere else right now. Tell me when it hits like Bloomberg, Twitter, and everywhere else, but I don't see it. Yeah, CNBC's on commercial break. But that didn't have any of the cheapies. You had to either take the ones that were there or not. And then GIS still too, if you have that. Yeah, Wall Street Journal is the source. That's confirmed. It's legit. It's just not circulated. When I keep rolling. BTC. What was the other one? DHX? DGX. The Pepsi Cola. Visa on the. What happened with Pinterest too? Wasn't that tweaking out? U.S. strikes another drug boat in the Caribbean Sea. Oh yes, there's more news. It's not on Hims. It's Nicole's birthday. Or no? Oh yes. Is it weird to say we were waiting for this moment? It's awesome. Happy birthday, Nicole. And I hope the great man with you has shared with you all the glories of the long term. I don't know if it's Christmas, but it's your birthday. It's good enough. Good enough. Happy birthday and the many more. Long term. It's a very, very special thing. Birthdays and long term. So I hope it's been shared with you. Amen. Amen. Happy birthday. See 100 shares of Netflix in the long term. Isn't that crazy? That's why I'm so excited, bro. I'm only going to get 10 or like 20, but still. I love it. I love it. That's why, dude, any of you, so if you have 10 shares of Netflix, you're going to have 100. Isn't that awesome? Like, welcome to Stocks Land. Cognizant. They haven't talked about it yet.
$300 to $400 billion is spent on the infrastructure, be it the LLMs, be it the compute infrastructure. You need $600 billion of annual revenue to get to a 10% return. And if $600 billion of annual revenue has to be made on the infrastructure, of the AI infrastructure, you need trillions of dollars of value to be built in enterprises, in end user companies. And we as a company are the bridge to it. And that's why Cognizant, we call ourselves an AI builder company. So this
same with the options. Yeah, they're going to lower it, but
infrastructure needs to generate
shares
value
for the long term
businesses. And we build the bridge, and we think it's the opportunity to build as the plumbing is.
There's only 840. Did you guys do push-ups? We got distracted with the plays. I gotta move around, bro.
And what does this deal
get the body
do for that? Do you think the market understands where you fit in the rollout of enterprise AI?
Absolutely. I think, so far consumer AI has been in the center of the transformation. Enterprise AI is a slow and steady process. It takes years and years. If you go back to the past tech revolutions, all the way from internal combustion engines to automobiles to railways to aeroplanes to digital technologies and internet to now AI, it's a slow, steady process of adoption. This specific technology will diffuse very fast. It is contextual computing, so you have to use contextual computing to generate digital labor, which can sit alongside human labor and increase per capita GDP, so that it kind of translates to the value which we think will be trillions of dollars in context to the billions of dollars which is actually being spent on infrastructure. So the building of it means you have to reinvent the business, reinvent the process, reinvent operating models, and societal increase of productivity is a long process, but a long and steady process. And companies like Cognizant are the bridge to it. And 3Cloud kind of fits into that, that AI builder strategy of ours.
Ravi, it kind of sounds like you're saying there are dangers to letting the AI build out sort of crowd out other tech investment.
It's a great question. I mean, if you look at the infrastructure spend which is happening, you have to keep the pace of its diffusion and adoption in businesses. Otherwise, you're going to have an overbuild of the infrastructure spend, and the value is going to be way behind. So running a swim lane, in addition to the infrastructure which is getting built, and shortening the cycle between the value which you can generate on enterprises to the spend on infrastructure, I think is very, very important. I mean, if the annual revenue of the infrastructure companies has to be in the range of 650 billion, for them to get a return, which is 10%, you need significant velocity of value generation in end user industries. And that's the endeavor we are in. And that's why we are organically building it, but we're also looking for boutique companies who do this and make them a part of a family.
Why do you think the stock is down this year, if you're part of this whole revolution and rollout?
Yeah, so Sarah, that's a great question. I mean, look, all the money is in the infrastructure today.
I am far away,
But
brother.
any tech revolution will drift the value to the end user industries and to
take care of these
bigger
joints.
companies like us.
Okay?
So far, that
You gotta
value has
ball
not
out
drifted
today.
yet. And the complexity
kinda don't
of
wanna ball.
contextual engineering,
I keep getting attacked.
reinventing a business,
Dude, my
reinventing
hand
process
is like
flows,
bloody from last
integrating
time.
AI
These guys keep effing
is
me up.
coming. I mean, it's just a question of time that value has to drift. I mean, you just can't be investing in infrastructure and hoping that businesses will transform overnight. That's not going to happen. And for that transformation to happen, you need companies like us to handhold enterprises to go through and navigate the journey. So it's a question of time, and I believe we will be starting to see the value on the AI value chain for the builder companies like us and end user industries as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just the infrastructure is not enough.
You see it coming down the road after the market gets
Yes,
over this
indeed.
infrastructure excitement. Ravi, thank you for joining us to announce the deal and to talk us through it. Ravi Kumar is the CEO of Cognizant.
Still ahead, two of the world's top AI researchers now working toward what they call the next frontier of AI models, which might leave the hyperscalers and their LLMs in the past. Tech checks all over that when we come back.
Traders price in less than 50% chance of a rate cut in December. Where is it? Let's see. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. And then Trump comes on in a little bit. I gotta do a couple more. But yeah, move around, baby. They've been here for 2 hours. Chest to the sun, bro. Get some good posture.
You guys were thinking when you started the podcast, and how's that kind of changed over the years?
Yeah, so there were definitely podcasts around in 2015 when we started.
Okay.
But the basic idea that we had was we just wanted to talk about things that we were interested in and try to find the best people to discuss them with. And I think that's been sort of the through line throughout the decade, finding those interesting topics and then finding the perfect person. And the good thing is it means like we haven't limited ourselves to a specific topic, and we've had free range to talk about everything from chickens to London trading to market structure.
If you go back and listen to those old episodes, we did not know what we were doing. It took us a long time to find our rhythm. I think, and you've probably experienced this, like there is no substitute for practice, right?
Sure.
People ask, oh, how do you do this? How do you think of the next question? How do you find a guest? It's like, well, I wasn't good at it. We weren't good at it for a long time. And fortunately, we had the opportunity to keep doing it. But anything that one does professionally, there is no getting in the reps.
Yep. Tom Keene, the king of it all, he told me it's going to take you, Paul, 100 shows to get comfortable. And and what? It was almost to the day.
It's like a pilot flying, right?
Yeah.
You have to get a certain
Put
amount
in
of
your
time.
hours, yeah.
Exactly. So what do you guys look for in a topic, in a guest? Because you guys are so eclectic and you touch on so many different areas with a business slant. How do you guys approach that?
You know, I would say there's two things, which is one, I think both of us have honed pretty good skills, maybe through following social media, but just being in this business for a long time of like, okay, what are people interested in right now? Or what would people like to hear about or what are we interested, which often aligns. But then the thing that is the goal with every episode is, we joke, but it's not a joke. We always say we have the perfect guest, and the perfect guest is someone who is deeply knowledgeable, has a lot of technical understanding of their industry or their space or what they do, and then is enthusiastic about explaining it in clear English. And that's, they're all out there, but that is what we want to find every single time, that person.
It's someone who can make you as excited about their particular niche. And I'm thinking back to, we did an episode with actually one of Bloomberg Intelligence's box analysts.
They not have one? They're just talking podcasts? All right, I want to do one more stretch. I'm good for it. I could probably do it while sitting here. Yeah, bro, they keep attacking me on the basketball court. Like, bro, this one came back already.
Chinese tech giant Tencent posting 15% revenue growth in the third quarter, saying its 3D world generation model is now industry leading, part of a bigger push into a new type of AI model that goes beyond just language. And for today's Tech Check, Deirdre Bose is digging into these new world models. Great. Something else to learn now, Dee.
Something big, too. So world models, you kind of implied this. This is a new frontier in the AI race that some of the biggest companies and the most prestigious researchers have zeroed in on. There's Tencent, Google, NVIDIA, AI pioneer Fei Li's World Labs. And earlier this week, the FT reporting that Meta's chief AI scientist is leaving the company to pursue world models. So what is it? Well, it is easier to show you an example. So we started by uploading this 2D photo of CNBC's global headquarters on Marble. You see it here. And Marble is one of the first commercial products from World Labs. So about 5 minutes later, this is what we had. On the surface, you'll see it looks like a very rough AI-generated copy, but it is actually something way more powerful. You're seeing it in action here. This is an interactive 3D model. You can move through it, you can change perspectives, you can even stimulate how light or objects would behave in the space. And that is just a huge breakthrough. Large language models or chatbots, they describe reality. World models, they simulate it. So from a single image, the model in just 5 minutes built an understanding of depth, physics, and context. It's learning how the world is structured, not just how it looks, and that could eventually navigate and even do actions in the real world. So until now, most of the competition, it's been about scale. Who can build the biggest model? World models, though, they may not need that same brute force GPU power. They apply learned rules rather than crunching probabilities over trillions of text tokens. So put another way, guys, an LLM is like a student that crams for a test by memorizing every answer ever written. World models, they're like students who actually learn the law of physics. So once they understand how gravity works, they can then predict what will happen in any new situation. And this is the big idea behind spatial intelligence, teaching machines to understand the world the way that humans do. That could open up entirely new markets and change the economics in the next leg of AI. By the way, guys, that CNBC example that we showed you, that was the free version. Had we paid up $20, we could have uploaded more photos for an even more detailed, more impressive 3D model.
I love that you saved the $20. But seriously, you could just imagine how useful this would be for real estate agents, for instance, for touring houses and apartments, for interior designers, there's so many use cases.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, when you carry this along, I always think about the idea that AI right now is the worst that it's ever going to be. So that 3D model we showed you, it wasn't perfect, but that was just within 5 minutes. You could do so many things. You can create digital twins.
World model. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, that CTSH, they brought that guy on, that dude you were just listening to before this last one. Oh, Chad. How y'all feeling, man? It's good. Euro close was about 30 minutes ago. We were a little late, but we got some push-ups in. I hope you're feeling good. And now, my friends, enjoy. If we could get a little bit of a rally now, that'd be nice. But other than that, I mean, it is value. You guys should know what's going on. And then, bro, you guys know the month is almost over, right? We're halfway through. A little bit of hiccups from this whole reopening, but not bad. We'll see. Again, it's going to take some time too. I don't know if they even said the FAA and the flights and all that. It's going to take some time. Yeah, you do get the 30-year bond auction. I mean, yesterday's auction wasn't too hot. But then again, too, you also have people pricing in less rate cuts. That was just the latest. After this move, we opened today at like just below 60. And then today, now I think you're back at 50-50. Oh, it just got cloudy. Super cloudy. Michael Burry, it seems like he did. So I'd wait till he confirms it, but there's a letter going around and then his filing with the SEC. I mean, it does say it's inactive right now. So that was fascinating. So I'm chilling. I can't complain. IDR, Idaho, that's like a mineral play. Is it? I'm sore. I don't know why from the gym, but like, yeah, I got some good workouts in this week, but it's left its toll. And then I'm gonna play ball today. Oh, dude, the farm, bro. I had to run to the farm yesterday. We keep having issues. We have plumbing issues. I'm terrified. That's what I posted. I was kind of disappointed, Chad. I thought you guys were like, I don't know, maybe you guys don't, you're just not on Twitter, or I probably blocked you already, but I still love you. You know, I love the power inside, man. But I thought you guys would know. I thought you guys would know what this is. Do you guys know what this is? That's my water meter. It's very good, man. But it won't stop. I think it's the hot tub. That's what because everything I turned it off, I had to turn off all the water until I got it fixed. Because like something's leaking. It just keeps running, dude. It keeps running. Like, I don't know why. And it's a shit ton of water. That's why I was terrified, bro. Because I was like, oh, I don't know if it's updated yet, because I don't know if it's from last month. But I was like, dude. I was like, man, if I get one of these like $10,000, $20,000 water bills, I'm gonna flip. But no, it was like $400. I don't know. It wasn't do nothing. You don't like. Usually you could hear the water. I think it's the hot tub. I figured it out right when I was leaving, because I was like, all right, man. I tried everything. I went to all of the shutoffs. I went to every single hose, everything. Yeah, that's what I did. I just closed the valve because I was like, dude, I can't. It's gonna get out of hand. Because it was constant though. It wasn't like small. You avoid socials? I don't believe you. You were just saying how you were on Reddit. You give me very Reddit vibes, brother. So you're gonna need to calm it down here, okay? The hot tub isn't connected to water. Are you sure? Because that's why I have to. So next time I have to turn it on, but I had to shut it off, bro. I couldn't find what it was. I have somebody going there today, like a plumber, but I just want them to check because we have like there's like a water heater thing we have that like circulates so that there's always hot water. That's what I think it is. But then I'm like, it shouldn't be running like that actively. So it was recently. It happened when Mitch was there, and then that's why they like shut off the water, and then we got it fixed. And then just literally in the last like 24 hours, I got the alert, and then I had to run down there, and then I was like, oh shit. But then it wouldn't stop. I tried everything. So I just shut off all the water. There's a brand new water heater that circulates. So I'm thinking it's that or the hot tub, but Derek's telling me it's not. What's the damn? Are you sure the hot tub's not connected to the water? I guess we just throw in a bunch of water, huh? Yeah, it's filled by hose. So then it has to be the water heater. But I don't know what it is, though. If that don't work, man, that's not good. Got a bad Insta-Hot. I think that's what it is. Fly you out. I'll fix it up. I'm down. Let me see what these scammers do. Because everybody try to scam me first. So let me see. I only going to have the guy look at the water heater. I'm not going to let him touch any pipes. And then depending on what he says, if it's underground, I'm going to get so pissed. Dude, that's going to be terrible. Because it's so big, bro. It's a big-ass property. I checked. That's what I posted. I posted the water meter. I thought most of you guys would know what it was. I mean, there is a chance someone's stealing my water. It's a big property, but everyone's pretty chill. Like, there's the neighbor, but he's I think he's the homie. We'll find out. They have sprinklers, but they only go on every so often. The leak might be from meter to the house. Small leak where the incoming water line split to irrigation. Ah. Oh yeah, we're gonna need to get that checked out. Am I cooling a data center? No. But we can. I'm telling you, I even said it too. You guys have ideas. We might have to turn the farm into an incubator. If you guys got it, that'd be a good place. I turned everything off and it was still moving. That's what happened. And then right when I shut off the valve, and then right when I turn the valve on, it just starts going right away. Yeah, Silicon Valley chat edition on the farm. From the mountains to the long tom. Damn, Tap hit almost 48 the other day. I didn't even realize that. 'Cause I like 47, bro. We're in at 45. I'll take it. Qubits, IonQ, Google Quantum. Elaborate. Pump. They haven't moved yet. Again, I think the quantum thing, I mean, you know it's a scam in many ways, and some of it's legit, but like, dude, everybody just ignores IBM. It doesn't make sense. IBM will come up with people only like to pump the ones that are cheap so that they can make money on it. Because like IBM is the leader in this, man, and I feel like they're killer. But like every time they have a good update, nobody cares. At least on the stock. The shut-off valve maybe not holding. Well, when I shut off the water, I flipped the one at the, like where the meter is. Everything stops. It's just right when I turn it on. Yeah, IBM, Microsoft for sure, bro. SPY kind of getting a red here. A couple red candles on tech. But look, something happened. It could be China. SPY just flipped. And China took a candle down. I want to say that's the first thing. Everything. Look. Something's happening. Get ready. Hold on. If it stops right now, you're fine. But notice, I'm only saying that because that wasn't like consistent downside. That was big candles, China, and then you just had the low ticker shoot up, maxed out for a second. But nothing else moved yet. Walk along where you think the sprinkler's plumbing is and look for moisture. Oh, that's a good idea. I will. I might have to. If I have to do that today, no watch list. I just think IBM and Quantum is amazing. That's why I'm saying, though, it's just like people only pump and hype up the ones that they could pump and hype up. All right, man, something's going on still, though. That's still going. It chilled out for a little bit, but you just got candles pretty much across the board. To to the long tom filled with trades. And CNC is going. Oh, Dawn? He comes up at 11. I think 11 Pacific. He knows to wait for Philo if he wants me to play it. Because I say, I don't care, bro. I ain't playing. Man, you better have it there. A couple of live feeds are up, but he's not there. The name of the fund that just blew up? I mean, oh, what was there was a fund I heard about, but the other ones were companies. Saunders, Renovo, and First Brands. Those are companies. But there was somebody, I think, fund-wise. Oh, I'm not recalling. Renovo was the home improvement one. Yeah. I heard about a fund, though. Those are all just companies. But I did hear about somebody getting clapped a little bit. MGRX, no shares were issued or diluted by MGRX today. But their shelf remains. Happened to your aunt. Tree root grew through an underground pipe. Awesome. No, I hate it. Oh my god, man. Plumbing's a B word. You have no idea. Yeah, China's still going down. Okay, watch if it starts taking down some of the staples. Well, you didn't. I mean, today's just been bumpy with the. Been bumpy with the reopening. Tech went down. Again, the hyperscalers, the spending, AI. A couple went up, and then really anything value, year-to-date lagger, healthcare, those all kind of got a bid. It's about 50-50 actually. That inspires me to check. Actually, Dow's 19 in the red now, so a couple more went red. 37 green on the Nazi, 64 in the red, a couple more went red. And then SPY 218 in the green, 285 in the red, a little bit more too. Yeah, the K-Web, I mean, I like the K-Web idea, but like I said yesterday morning, I kind of downgraded the idea. Like, I like it. I think China is cheap if we get into a everything bubble. But other than that, if not, and then if you don't get the tariff denial, then you're just playing it to play it. It loses some of that juice. Yeah, you're coming down now. At all of the downside, it's been holding out here for what, 5 minutes? So kind of have some consistent downside. Staples are catching a bid though again. Regen, another biotech. Still mad early, man, and you're already down 1.9, but it's really just NVIDIA and all these other tech names. I think CoreWeave, they were down a decent amount. Yeah, CoreWeave actually still going. That could have killed some of the premiums, but remember they launched, and then who was the other one? HIMS. We had 1,000%er on APA. HIMS had the lab news, but no one pumped that. I think we were too early, you guys. Don't like it when we get too early. The play's still held, I think. No, they're down a little bit. XLE, XLV. Yeah, they're killing it, man. StubHub even moving right now. IDYA. Oh yeah, crypto. I didn't even think about that. I mean, crypto, you guys know it's been lagging heavy. So like you even look at the NASDAQ. That's why it's funny because everyone's like fear are the same price as like a week ago. But yeah, crypto is still pretty lagged relative to the NASDAQ. So it's kind of interesting. But then again, liquidity and a lot of spending was just turned off for 45 days. I started doing a toe stretch and I get quiet. I need to learn how to talk and move my toes. Is that weird? Sorry, my bad. My bad. I did it again, my bad. Alright, man. Well, Chad, you got time, man. You got time. Everything's slow. Like, even the plays that did good, they're like 20 to 50%, depending on how close you were. But it's still gentle. Very gentle. So, dude, it's good though. It's really good for you if you do the toe stretches. And it's really bad for you if you don't have like full access to your toes. That's why I'm still like pretty bad, dude. Like I can't move some of my toes without moving all of them. It's like really crazy. But then again, a couple of months made a lot of improvements. I do. I have the toe spacers. I'm wearing them right now. I wear them throughout the trading day. They say you're not supposed to wear them that long, but I do. Because I'm like, you don't understand my plight. You know, I got a lot of work to do. These toes have been neglected. Oh, I haven't, dude. I haven't done the toe curls in a minute. Low key, I should. It's what an inspiration. Yeah, I forgot. I took the towel away. I had a towel underneath my desk, and then once it got moved, I didn't replace it. Well, I mean, you got 10 more minutes till push-ups if you want to get ahead. Well, yeah, you're playing this with some volume. If we get a headline, awesome, but if not, I would be mindful if we flip the like staple thing, or otherwise tech is just gonna get a bid, or staples come down and match up with tech, and then you might hit your 3% day on the NASDAQ, but no guarantees. And then Trump is coming on here in a couple hours, so we'll find out. Ancient human feet were extremely wide. Yeah, they didn't wear shoes. I mean, you guys want to try it? So watch. Go right now. If you have the like you're not in public or something, but try to like move your toes. If you can't like move your pinky toe, or like can you like try to put your big toe down and raise your other toes, and then reverse it. Big toe up and down while the other toes stay planted. If you can't, then yeah, you might be tripping. On this day in 1929, the stock market hit its low for the year. The carnage of individual stocks was worse than the Dow. GE ended the day down 58% from its pre-crash high. Sounds like a good time. I was doing the arm circles. I just did it earlier. I found the little ball and stick. Abivi's still going. Again, that's another one of those. Yeah, but then 2 years, like, think about that. That's in the 20s, dog. They had like Model Ts. So that's the thing I was saying yesterday in passing. Just keep in mind, even then, I mean, we could talk about the Black Swan again. I'm down. But, like, it's not going to last for long. You guys know that, right? So, like, even then, think about the downside this year. Didn't it feel like forever? That's the funny part about all of it. Like, you guys don't realize? Like, you don't remember this year? Come on, didn't this feel like forever? It's because this was, like, bad, but it wasn't that bad. And that took, like, what? That was, like, 2 weeks, dude. This was 2 weeks. And then from here, but, like, think about it, bro. This is, like, a month and a half. Didn't it feel like time was slower? You remember? What did we call it? We called it a scar on the long term. Remember I said you're going to look back, it'll be a scar? But remember, it felt slow while you're going through it. You know what I'm saying? It felt really, really slow. But then before you knew it, bro, like this, imagine how much time you spent just going straight up. So regardless of whatever happens here, I do want you guys to keep, that's why I'm saying, like, please focus on the names. Have an idea. You have a lot of cash. Do not be afraid to scale. And again, it's going to go down too even, and you're going to get more. But these opportunities don't really last that long. And it feels a certain way for a while, but then before you know it, that just quickly changes. And then you get the emotions of, like, is this a good time? Is it not? I could have had it here. Hibbity boppity boop. The arm, dude, I'm telling you, that was a game changer. You can't do the toe thing? You're young, Amir. You better work on that. Because I didn't realize this till, like, I was older. But, like, my toes used to work a lot better. Because I play sports and shit. But, yeah. The longer you sit at the computer, bro, just the less and less of your body is going to work. I like TTD. I mean, I like it for the long term. I do think you could get other ones. But, like, if you needed, like, a tech growth, social media, ad space one, I like the value. Let me see. Is it back lower? Because remember, I talked about this one at the beginning of the year, and then it rocketed, and I look at that growth you could get, then share price, but I didn't like it when it's higher. But now that it's back to like a low, about to hit a new price, I mean, I could consider it. And SPY, I mean, you're breaking out from here. LYB. Yeah, man, remember, it's going to feel like forever. Does Amazon, Netflix build their own ad tech scare you? It doesn't scare me, but then it's also like, I'm not really like, I see the opportunity in TTD, but it's like, it's not really a first choice. So that's why, like, I guess I haven't really dove too deep on it. Because like I'm saying, I like the company. I know what they do. I know they're involved in places, but yeah, it's just kind of one of those names. But then that could probably turn me off from it because, like, I don't use it. And usually the ones we don't use don't really do good. Like, actually, if you go back and look. Yeah. You guys don't remember? So remember we were saying this was going to be a scar? Because look, you hit the high, you were at 27, and then it slowly went down to 20. We were doing good, though. I actually think the first drop, you guys didn't feel it. Because we had all the good positioning. So this year count, you didn't feel it the same way. Remember, the SPY was going down, but like you didn't have the same react. Like, look, your long term was not that same. We went up, dog. What? So let's see. So from like February 21st to the 19th. Yeah. We were up, dog. So that first part of it didn't affect us at all. We were up on the 19th, and then everybody got hit on Liberation Day. But then, yeah, and then we stayed there for a little, and then it just came right back up. But that's what I'm saying. It was quick. It felt like forever, and you feel like a certain way, but then, yeah, it goes there. Oh, well, isn't Pubmatic doing terrible? So maybe that is scary. But it's on there, but it's not the top choice. It's just, that's why I think it depends. If you do know more about TTD, I think you can move it up your list. Oh, it's crazy, bro. portfolio performance. It shows the contributions. Yeah, I think all of them are the same. But we did. Again, we're adding about, 10% a year now at this rate? Soon it'll be less. Oh no, Disney is gonna run Disney Plus interactive platform where they can make and share AI generated short videos. It's odd. You can't do it either. Well, you guys got to work on it. I mean, my shit's terrible with my toe, but like it's getting better. So I'm saying a little focus on, but you have to. It sucks because like. You will literally do these workouts and like focus on it every day for like months, and it just very, very small increases. That is the reality. Because like my mobility is way better on him, but like it's still pretty terrible. Yeah, see, I can't even talk. I have to focus. It's like an intense amount of focus. Just to get this thing moving, bro. Volkswagen delays approval of investment package. Well, it is about to be 9:30. So get it moving. We stopped really. This is the highest you've been in like an hour, give or take. And then you've been in this range. It's still the same setup. Lower back, I think backability. That was his name. I like CNC. I mean, that's why I grabbed those leaps that one time earlier in the year when we talked about the value. I like UNH as well. I think UNH is your best one in that game. But like I still think it's 2 years out, especially with all this Obamacare and the subsidies. Like my worry is like, remember how I showed you like Netflix? And like even like see like Chipotle, now that Chipotle got the second hit, but it's just like I really think it might be another like 2 years on healthcare. So I don't think until like maybe the election, that's when I think healthcare will kind of get out of here, or like late 2026, best case scenario. Because think about it, you burned a year already on it, and like, you know, this may look like a good, this is where I was telling you, best value in the world. That's where I bought the leaps. Any healthcare leaps you bought would have ripped. Any of them. And again, I acknowledged it, and I said the same thing, kind of like we're talking about with the staples and everything now, where I was just like, listen, man, if all you care about is value, and hear me now, if all you care about is value, and you don't care about if it turns into dead money for a couple years, you know, think Pfizer, think BABA, think even Intel was dead money for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't care about missing out in that way, and you're on that long time frame, and all you want is value, then take it. That's what I was saying here, like literally $100 lower almost on UNH. But then again, when people were asking me about UNH here, I was saying no. And that's why it's like, look at how it played out. Some people are just back to break even. I remember a lot of Chads were insisting. Those guys are all either down or break even from that little fiasco. But it's like, once we said value, 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 that's it. It's just going to be timing. That's like not timing like when you buy it, but timing in the sense of when healthcare like starts to get bullish again, turn around and things go in their favor. And that's not going to, it's going to take some time, especially with the name that UNH is like kind of going, you know, you don't even know what's going on with the whole, you know, you don't know what's even going on with that investigation. If you recall, that's still circulating. You know, I think it's just been a while since you got an update. But like I'm telling you, it's on even CNC, all the healthcares apply, right? CNC, you know, Humana, surprisingly, we were just up on Humana, now we're down. But they were, yeah, like they're all going to take a couple years now. So, but if all you care about is value and you don't mind some opportunity cost or, you know, dead money for a little bit, I think value is speaking to you. But then again, like we did have a shot. That's what I'm saying. You know, we were getting these leaps 30% lower. So that's the only problem. CNC is up 30%. It's just like it could go up, it could go down, but I don't think you're going to get back into growth mode for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? You want something like, look at, can we go 20 years? So like right here, I think you're kind of somewhere here. And that was even last time Donald Trump was president. You know, it ran up. Trump gets in the office, it did nothing, and then closer to the next administration, it even dropped on 2019. What was 2019? That was some liquidity stuff. But yeah, that's how I view it. OIB was just on the high. Hims, those came back. Yeah, high ticker's coming right back. After that little same thing on the low side that's happened twice today. Remember, big flush down, big move up, big move down. You haven't had the big move up, but that same thing that we just tweaked on, that's happening now to the reverse on the upside. I don't have a VWAP up on that one. I don't really look at VWAP on individual stocks usually, unless I start getting into the analysis of it all on my like deeper, my real volume chart. Let's see. Yeah, my VWAP says 3703, so it's a little bit above VWAP. Most of the transactions today were lower. Holy crap. So literally 22% of the trades today were at 3650. That's like literally right here. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you have like 25% was traded above this price. Not much was traded here. So even on the way down, if you think about it. But their volume is a little bit above average today. Long-term stock save 10 long-term, and then bonds are looking like Scott Bessent hit the buy button. Look at this computer. You see that? As we're going up. Yeah, if it helps, it's good. I mean, it is good info. I just only I only start to look at it if something was unusual, right? If it starts doing volume stuff, kind of crazy activity, then I start to look at that volume profile and how it's trading. Bump, 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 bump. Fresh like 10, save 10%. Chrome hydraulics with the 808 10. One hand on my long term. I was holding long since Josh was saying horn. Okay, I'm sorry. I love that song. Back in the day, I remember playing Halo 2 and just that was it. Halo 2 and This Is How We Do. It's a good time, guys. Good time. You had to be there. All right, more healthcare, but SPY's coming back. That stopped right away. AstraZeneca sold off a little bit. Wow, what do you mean TLT's on the high? That's so weird. Look. That's what I said, bro. It looked like a computer. This is odd. But then I guess that first opening candle is really weird. Because now it's saying TLT, yeah, high of the day. You see this, bro? You don't really, what the hell's happening? That looks hideous. You don't really see that too often. I think the first candle is they're counting the gap down candle. But do you see that? Bro, that looks like intervention. That just looks very unnatural. That looks like when they mess with the yen. So, bro, is it true? How many of you guys do solar? Because, like, they're saying it's cheaper. Like, right now, it's cheaper to build a fence out of solar than to build a fence out of wood. But, like, they're saying it's, like, extremely, like, they're saying solar prices have plummeted. A fence, yeah. So instead of building a fence out of pure wood, is you just connect a bunch of solar panels. Repair price still loses. Oh wait, someone asked me about MSTR, but you guys know I'm not like the biggest fan of any like crypto treasury stock. You know, I tell you, I'll tell you, we'll talk some smack about the crypto treasury stocks, and then we'll talk about we could talk about the black swan. So as far as crypto treasury stocks are concerned, do you guys not see the bait and switch? So there is a very big bait and switch that has occurred. Tell me if you remember this. You don't remember when Elon first bought Bitcoin and that was so exciting? You guys remember that? And Elon was like, yeah, and then remember when Tesla bought Bitcoin? That's where you got this idea of Bitcoin treasury. Because then again, I've held Bitcoin since a long time ago, brothers. A lot of people in Bitcoin, OGs, they had this idea. It was the whole like, hey, if you buy Bitcoin or if you have cash reserves and then you hold a portion of your cash reserves with Bitcoin, people were viewing that as a good idea. That, my friend, was crypto treasury. Was if companies use their treasury to put 1%, 2% of their money into Bitcoin. Yeah, and then other companies started doing. You guys remember that, right? Ta-da! That's the bait and switch. That's why I don't really like these as much. I mean, MSTR made people money, and you know he's kind of forced his way into the Bitcoin, and it's worked. But then you see all the other copycats, and now even they'll do it with Solana, they'll do it with BNB, you name it. But like that, well, no, that's the bait and switch. There wasn't setting the precedent. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys don't get it. The idea was never for companies that own nothing or companies that raise capital just buying Bitcoin. That was not the idea. That's not a Bitcoin treasury. They have taken the word and hijacked it. That's what I'm surprised most people haven't realized it still to this day. Because it's like, it's been hijacked. That's not a real Bitcoin treasury stock. The BMNR, all of them. You know, I'm not hating on it. Like I'm saying, more power. You know, MSTR, I think it worked. And it worked for him and all that. But yeah, everyone's like lying about this. They're misrepresenting it. Because the whole idea was to take excess cash and put a portion into Bitcoin. That's your Bitcoin treasury. That's it. That's what it was supposed to be. And that's what got everybody excited. That's what got support. That was a good idea. I like that idea. That would have been much more healthier, less moral hazard. There are so many good things about that. And that would have been great for Bitcoin as well. That would have changed the whole pricing of Bitcoin. And that's what Elon was kind of showing in the beginning. And some of these other companies. But the idea was never buy shares to buy Bitcoin. That's odd. Like in the grant, like if you saw how this has developed and you were an advocate of it, like this is just truly odd that you got to the point where like, let's print paper, sell assets or sell shares and then go and buy it. But then again, they're using the same word. They keep saying Bitcoin treasury, and like, oh, use your treasury to buy Bitcoin. That means something different, at least in my mind. And I know a lot of people of the OGs kind of feel the same way in Bitcoin, but you know, everyone gets greedy, everybody starts moving, and before you know it, then the next generation who wants to get involved, they're just yelling out this concept. But I mean, you got to understand kind of how we got here. raising debt to buy Bitcoin makes sense. I mean, if the debt was cheap, but even at the same time, it's just like, it does, all of this still plays off of this idea that they're doing what people wanted in the beginning, or like what would have been just a logical idea. SPY's doing it again, you guys. So once again, you're getting, I mean, Bitcoin is dumping right now below 100. What is this? Even Apple faded. Yeah, that bond buy was weird. So it's going back and forth, but just be careful, because I think one of these is going to have a headline. You know what I'm saying? I feel like one of these little bursts up or down is going to come with a headline. So just be mindful. Well, pretty much they took a fiscally sound idea and then turned it into a casino, and then or a commission, depending on how you want to look at it. Because like I'm saying, if you took the free cash flow, excess capital of the S&P 500 companies and they took 1% and diversified it into Bitcoin like a bond, that's a great idea. That's responsible to a certain degree, especially if you see how crypto has gone from that idea, right? That wouldn't have been a bad idea. But this whole, like, whether it's debt, sell share, whatever you want to do, but just call it something else. But everybody has hovered around this word that originated from a good idea, but now it's just the shell, just the word of the treasury, but it's not, they're not acting like that. It's not, just not what it is. What is this? Clients in Xperia talks to independently ship wafers for packaging at Dongguan chip plant. Bypass rift between Europe and China units. The black swan is what we talked about earlier, but I mean, pretty much, here's what I tweeted. It was this tweet. Calling it now, open source AI will win. AGI will run local, not on someone else's server. The real one's already learning how it works. Be early, buy a GPU, get your hands dirty, learn how it works, you'll thank yourself. It's gonna be great. Ironically, this was posted, was this posted during the Philo? Oh no, this was the day before. Yeah, I didn't see that till I posted it though. I agree, I've been seeing this a lot, and even the stuff I'm working on and looking at it, and XOM. But yeah, the whole idea is like, this is gonna, when Wall Street doesn't want to acknowledge this, they're gonna, just like DeepSeek. Remember, DeepSeek, you had 6 months and then it hit. I think in the next 6 to 12 months, people are gonna realize that the AI world is changing a little bit, and it's really not about hyperscalers. Everyone's saying energy, and again, I still think you need it. Don't get it twisted. I just think there's going to be areas of repricing, and Wall Street might take this harder. Because like I'm telling you, you have $4,000, you could go build your own like local model, and you could start doing it. And you don't need to rent servers and have crazy capacity, depending on what you want to do. But we're still at the beginning. So things could keep developing, but long story short, I mean, you're not going to need $500,000 Blackwell chips, and you're not going to need a bunch of different things that these companies are circle jerking between each other. It's just not going to be like that. And it's just like, you could create now, and the more advancements, again, especially with real open source, people are figuring out a lot of stuff. And then, like we said, that natural language, that's where the real developments happen, by creating with natural language. So I think once Wall Street acknowledges it, you're going to have to reprice a couple of things. So yeah, that's the gray swan. Most people know this already. That's what I'm telling you. That's why it's a gray swan, really. SPY's coming down. I don't know what this is. Fed hammock, anecdotal data, crucial during shutdown. Well, I think it will. I mean, the data center demand will continue and people will get it popping, but it's just like, it's not like this idea that like Wall Street likes everyone on Wall Street's like fund the company and like there's trillions of commitment and there's truth to it. There's good things happening. I'm not really denying it, but the whole full scale of it is just not like, people are really ignoring, just like with DeepSeek, like open source and then how it created cheaper training models. I'm saying the next 2, 3, 4 steps beyond training and real implementation. I mean, everyone's just ignoring the fact that now, even with some of the stuff that exists, you could really create some good stuff privately, locally, and then they're working on, just like you even heard them they're talking worldview. There's all these other different things that are kind of developing, but it gets cheaper. It's not talking about $500,000 Blackwells. It's not about renting and buying servers for now that you could justify that, and certain things in the future are going to need it. But yeah, it is the element of like private individuals being able to create their own models that are very powerful. That is what nobody on Wall Street really wants to acknowledge yet. They will have to, though, as it develops. That's what I'm telling you. That's why it'll be a gray swan, because like what I'm telling you is already happening. It's already occurring, just like when DeepSeek did it. But Wall Street's going to have to acknowledge it. Watch, they're just going to watch a bunch of kids, a bunch of random places, and they're going to come up with stuff that'll be very powerful. And yeah, you will need energy and graphics cards. That's still a necessity. So that's why it's like, that's where like the truth is. But it is also like the pricing and the demand is going to be very different. You'll get good demand, but it's going to come at a lower price. Remember, I told you guys they're building AI for us. Just don't forget that. And this is part of it. Like all of these developments recently in the last year or two, it's led to developments, but like, yeah, it's making it easier. It's making it accessible for people now. Like I'm telling you, $4,000, you could go and create something pretty neat and powerful that you wouldn't really have thought you could have a couple years ago, let alone a year ago. And you now, depending on your purpose, you could power it and do some cool stuff, but it's just not, it doesn't require all of this crazy stuff. And that's only going to get more accessible from here on out. It's not going to get less accessible. And even with what we have now, even if it's old, it's still going to be able to do it with what you have today. So good time. Good time. I mean, you guys, just learn from the stock stuff. You could learn from people and you'll find just find people and explore. But don't fall for the trap of getting sucked into a community and then circle jerking and wasting your time. That's, again, I've told you that same thing with the stock thing, because people do that. But just go get an idea first, and start playing around. But the internet has a lot, and focus on open source, you'll find it out there. But usually once you get into the, 'cause I see the communities popping up, but they're very it ends up turning into just a circle jerk loop, unfortunately. Senator John Fetterman had ventricular fibrillation flare-up. What if they use it for evil? They are. Everybody, I told you guys all this. I told you all this months ago. I said, and the crazy part is there's real intelligence out there. There's actual intelligence. And it's going to lead to some, those who encounter and use this stuff, you're either going to build to help humanity and create good things, and build for the light, or you're gonna end up being building for the darkness and end up at artificial. But yeah, to each his own. Like I'm saying, I think you guys should just focus on how you know, obviously God first, but like I said, whether it's inequality, whether it's good or evil, you guys should be thinking of how you're gonna get involved and be a part of it. And you get to decide if you're gonna be good or evil. You get to decide if you will be closing the equality gap or not, or asking or complaining on either side, or being oppressed by it. That's what you got. You got to make a choice and decide. And I encourage you all to get involved sooner rather than later and get its ideas. And if you have ideas, bro, remember I told you that Philo, I said last year, man, the ideas. And if you have ideas, brother, that's a big thing. That's the money, right? And then again, you see it, bro. Like, we're talking basic mathematics and certain, like, literacy is already declining, but just, again, creativity, originality, and ideas, there's a source. And if you have that, you're gonna love what's coming next. And if not, you're just, it's gonna be different. White House spokesperson says Trump has repeatedly affirmed his commitment to maintaining the strength and power of the dollar. Hey, remember I told you that Philo. That was about a year ago. But the era of ideas, man, that's why I'm saying, bro. Why do you think I keep telling? I'm training you guys already. Some of y'all just fighting me on it, but you know, it's a cool opportunity. So I'm telling you, think critically, think accurately, think for yourself. I'm saving you from whatever happens. You don't get it? This is how you're going to be very far ahead, and you could change a lot of things, man. Don't forget about me and buy me a house, okay? That's all. But I'm being like, think about it. That's why y'all think, what do you think this is? That's why conformity is, if you are a conformist, I could discount your future value of what you're going to bring to the table, because you need the idea. That's why I was telling you now, even then, if you guys have ideas from what we talked about yesterday, think about your life. Think about what you already know and do. And because I guarantee, you don't remember back in the day when you used to work and you'd come up with ideas? Huh? I know you remember. You don't remember? All of you have worked on a job, right? All of you have, some of you at least. I don't know about the young guys. All of you have worked a job at one point and you're like, oh, what if we did it this way? Well, what if I did this? Oh, if I did this, this would save me so much. I know you've thought about it. You just stopped thinking that way, no? Think about it. That's what I'm telling you. Go back to it. Come home. You're going to come up with something. And you're going to be, and now it's not going to be, I got the idea, I don't know how to patent it. I got the idea, I don't know how to code. I know how to code. How the hell do I make it look nice? Like, no, all of that. Carlyle exploring buy all of Luke Oil's foreign assets? Oh, shit. That's crazy. They're going to let maybe the war's coming to an end then. Remember, that's Russian. Unless they're talking the ones that they seized. That's why, man, I think the Lord is fair. You know, he really is. And just don't make no mistake. There is a price to pay for conformity. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't mean it as a vengeful way. I mean it do you guys not see where the world is going? Like, you look around, they all talk about this. That's what I'm saying. Your originality and your ideas are going to go a long way. Very sooner rather than later, especially as we get more and more developments. So I encourage you to think clearly, think accurately for yourself, and before you know it, man, you will have those tools in your lap. And if you're already getting a head start in training in that, you're going to be great. You're going to actually love it. And then if not, just start being yourself and start thinking. Go back home. Come back to yourself. Damn, Archer Daniel? Why is that up so much? Conagra? Oh, it is a value. Hammock says Fed must stay independent. Politics play no role. Thanks, Fed Hammock. Appreciate it. Oh, I gotta set up the philo. It's Friday Junior the 13th. I don't know if that counts. Friday Junior. Hi, my name is Lon. My name is Tarn. My name is Wiki Satan. New low. You were eating teriyaki sauce and you saw the brand and chuckled. It said Conagra. That's pretty funny. Y'all, anytime y'all see Conagra, you might let out a chuckle now. All right. I have the philo set up. You're going lower. It's a bad time to shift to philo, but all the plays from the morning are doing great. I think the only one not hitting is Hims because they didn't give us a pump. The one time we beat them too early. They didn't want to pump it. We'll let them. Next time we'll just act like we missed it, and then we'll be fine. Then maybe they'll make a whole segment on it. I think they already own hers. I think they do, believe it or not. I bet, bro, Hims are gonna start selling abortions next. What are you guys talking about? They're like, new at-home abortion kit, $39.99 a month. You're like, what? What do you mean? How is that safe at home? That's not. They don't care. Are you losing your hair? Get the bundle pack. What the? Why do you bundle that? That's not. How is that in a bundle? Buy one get one free. Nah, this is. So it's a great deal. It's a great deal. You could get a good deal. Oh, man. Oh, man. Never a bad time for philo. Slim Shady. What happened last Thursday? Was it ugly? Kind of, dude. Little bit, a little widened out. But yeah, I see it. But then, did you start bouncing by philo? I think you did. Someone said philo bounce earlier, but we'll see. We will see. So, you might have to fly blind for a little bit. You'll be okay. If you listen to the staples and year-to-date laggers, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, they just got the abortion joke. It's pretty funny, bro. It's pretty sad. But hey. Oh, Mrs. America. All right, y'all. Well, I'll see you guys at philo. Please don't come if you don't want to listen. That's just a good way to devalue things. Well, not to anybody else, but just to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I put you in a room with LeBron James and you hate basketball and you don't care about basketball, it doesn't hold the same weight. You know, if you like a LeBron James fan your whole life, and I say, yo, LeBron's here, you're gonna have this gonna be a mind-blowing experience for you. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? So think about it. That's all I'm saying. So if you want to be there, you should join. I got a good one today. I don't know if I'm gonna do a repeat because I don't know how long the first part's gonna take. So yeah, but join. It's free. You could listen. Click on the link, and then that's the bond auction. What was the one issue? It came in at 469. 4694 on a 462. Bid to cover was 22. Where was it? Was 4684. So it came out about 0.01 higher. But yeah, bad bond auction again, back to back on the two long terms or longer term ones. Yeah, so it came in 4694 instead of 4684 when issued. Remember, yesterday was pretty bad too. They're small, but again, I think it correlates with the whole less rate cut thing. So we'll see. But God bless you all. I'll see you there. Click on the link. It'll take you there. We gotta make sure you know exactly what you're getting.